lighting in the fall. Power conferences standing tall. NFL Sundays punishing the block. Tick-tock running down the gridiron clock. Players on the journey from the youth to the show. We break down the tape every single week, you know. From the Senior Bowl up to the NFL Combine. Every single prospect crossing the line. Playoff brackets locking, championship bound. The loudest network in the sports underground. Hear the battle cry call. Your direct feed for all that is football. Free and out from the high school to the pros. Every single game, everywhere it goes. FBS power, Sunday lights burning bright. We lock it down, and we own this fight. Three and out. Bowl season national championships. The draft board, the journey. We cover it all. Every level, every week.
Good morning, football fans, and welcome to Three and Out, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. And as I always say, it's early morning here on the West Coast. It's like mid-morning on the East Coast. If you are not awake after that, you're probably not a human being, and that's okay. Some people aren't, but I will say, football is back. It is coming week by week. This is like peeling off. Have you guys ever had, like, my wife is one of these people that love to like mess with people for Christmas and wrap something 75 times for like a gift card inside. So that's kind of like what the season is like waiting for in August. Every week you get a little layer off, but it's like not fully there yet. You know, we're getting ready to kick off. The preseason's here, but I once had the preseason described as like, the old saying for a tie. It's like kissing your sister. It's a girl, but it's still you. You know, I've heard that before. I that was hilarious when I heard that, by the way. But but I will say, it's here. The preseason is moving. It's here. It's coming along. We also have some really cool stuff going on. Obviously, high school football just officially kicked off. Oh my gosh. Again, guys, do not be one of those fans. And I say it every single year. Teran's probably sick of me saying this, but I say it every single year. Do not be one of those fans that just watches part 2 and 3 of the movie. Watch part 1. It's really good. Okay, you got to know the whole story. So there you go. High school football is here, live in action. Oh my gosh, we got some good stuff there. We are just moving along. Next week is really where it all goes down. The 3C2A returns. NJCAA is coming back. Division 2 is here. NAIA is here. A lot of that's kicking off next Thursday. So we're super excited. FCS next Saturday. We're going to see some trickling of that. And then in 2 weeks from today, the FBS, kaboom. They're going to drop. D3 is coming right after that. And then you guys, before you know it, is going to be kickoff in Australia. I mean, well, we're having the first game here on U.S. soil on Wednesday because screw it, right? None of us have to go to work the next day. So, And for Australia on Thursday, they're not working at like 10 in the morning their time. Whatever. Anyway, guys, football is here. We're so excited. This is it. As you saw the video right now, the journey, and that's what this show is all about. Ladies and gentlemen, a little introduction there. And it's time to get to these guys, of course. It is time to introduce my dudes, man. Of course, coming all the way from literally like 60 miles west of, well, in a weird west direction of me. My boy, man. He, of course, is co-host of this show, 3 and Out, and, of course, the host of the coolest, most best volleyball show you will ever freaking hear. Interviews and everything complete. The guy is just the complete package. We love him. Ladies and gentlemen, my boy, Mr. Teran Rodriguez.
Hey, Larry. Great to be on here. Great to talk some football. I'm excited for this. And yeah, we're almost through the whole drought of no college football.
It's coming. Like, I know this week I'm going to start it tomorrow. Like, the whole 4 Sundays without NFL football. Like everyone starts that, And then it's before, for like Raider fans like me, it's going to be like 4 Sundays till football after the first Sunday. God, end already. Oh my gosh. And just end. Like
the first banner comes out. The Raiders are officially eliminated from the playoff contention after
pretty much. We're in the preseason
we'll
and they've already been
joke for pretty much every team that's basement.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, kind of sad, but they were already eliminated like 2 years ago, So it's just one of those, right? Mm-hmm. And of course, he is the co-host of Shibpan Shenanigans. They had an amazing show on Thursday. Premier League just kicked off. Oh my gosh, these ones, they have fun. Jess and Big Mike. Well, one half of that duo is here, and of course, just all around jack of all sports, master of all, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen. I just had to say it that way, ladies and gentlemen. Big Mike.
Good morning, gents. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? We're all ready to rock and roll for another week of football talk. I love it. My head's on a swivel because Premier League is going on as we speak. So this is my favorite time of year, man. We're getting into get the European football bright and early in the morning, right into American football come lunchtime and the evening, rest of the day. Love it. I love it.
It is so cool. I mean, again, it's true. Yeah, right now we have, my gosh, Man City lost earlier today. I'm just saying. I just want to throw all. Again, if you guys want to hear all this great stuff, this show, it's not. This network is not limited to just the show. So if you love football, or as some people would call it, the actual football. I was once described from a footballer, and I couldn't even be mad at this. Went to college with him. The dude came from overseas, from. I don't know if he was from England. He was somewhere in the UK, and he was all like, "We play actual football." He's like, "You guys play hand egg." I was like, I mean, I couldn't really be mad at him because hand, right. And it's kind of like an egg. So makes sense. Mm-hmm. But anyway, is what it is. So with that, gentlemen, we have a great show as always coming up, man. Thanks for everybody just pouring in. Appreciate you guys. And well, here it goes, man. So the first week of college football is in the books. We got a few more games tonight, actually a couple more today, and that's really it. But man, I'll tell you, it was special. We're going to get into that tonight. My gosh, one of the biggest upsets I've ever seen. And it's funny because it's literally just, it's not really the biggest upset I've ever seen. It's just, I can't say I'm not disappointed. That's all. So we'll talk about that in just a little bit. But there's a team that's really hungry to win, and there's another team that's I'm starting to question now because of how they started. So anyway, it is what it is. We'll get into that in just a little bit. But let's go ahead and jump into it, guys. We have, of course, the first quarter. So if you guys haven't been living under a rock for a couple of weeks, we do have a little bit of a change up here on 3 and Out, and it is a fun one. These guys are liking it pretty much, and I'm glad they do. First quarter is here. Let's get to it, man, and start talking about these games. We're getting ready to kick it off. As I always say, ball is in the air. Let's do this, y'all. First quarter. Remember, first down is -3, positive or -3 yards. Second down, positive or negative. What is this one? Positive or -4 yards. This one for third down today is going to be positive or -5 yards, which is pretty awesome. And of course, we have our lovely Google generator that's not working with me at the moment, but that's okay. It'll come up in a few seconds because, well, we have ourselves fun every single week and poke fun at the wheel because we like to say that it's random. Because
so random.
It's the most random generator I think we've ever had. So yeah, guys, we have some fun with this one. But if you guys have not, if you guys want to join in before we start the show, please, by all means, join in, have fun, be in the chat, answer these questions too. These are fun. Trust me, it's a good time. So here we go, guys. Google Randomizer is up and ready to roll. There it is, you guys. Let's throw it on the stage. Actually, let's introduce our first question. Again, we are in the first quarter, starting things off. Let's rock and roll. Yes or no? Oh, yeah. How about this one? Yes or no? Does landing with an elite offensive architect like Sean McVay guarantee a rookie quarterback a significantly higher baseline floor than young players thrown straight into organizational dysfunction? This is a great question. I'm sorry. This is funny. I had to start something off funny. I don't care. Here we go. It would be me. It would be me. I'm going to make this one really short. This is a hard one for me because I'm not a quarterback. I don't play on the offensive side. I never did, never will. Wasn't my thing. But I will say this is most important. It is. As much as we all hate to say it, even those of us who play on the defense, especially in the front. Well, definitely, yeah, especially in the front seven. I will tell you guys, you can give a crap less about this guy. But same as that time, how important it is to get to that guy and knock the hell out of him every play kind of shows you how important he is, right? I mean, it just kind of shows you how important the quarterback is. At the end of the day, I don't want to say this like this, and maybe I hope one of you at least disagree with this. Honestly, from my perspective, I'd say screw it, man. You made it. You're in the league. You got all the tools you got to get there. I mean, I guess a coach is great, but negative. Nope, backwards. We're going backwards. So sorry. Sack on the play at 3 yards. It was 1st and 10. Now it's 1st and 13. If you're good, you're good. If you're good, you're going to play at your level, and you're good. I don't know. Maybe maybe that quarterback whisperer does something. I have no idea. But again, I hope one of you disagree with me at least. Maybe you won't. I don't know. All right, there you go. That's my little input there. One of you are probably like, oh, no. I'm excited. So here we go. Remember, it's 2nd and 13 now. Are we going forward or backward? Let's see. Teran, what you got for us, buddy?
Well, this one, you're right. This one is also difficult. I just think if that offensive mind has like a great culture and a great background and is like a breath of fresh air and just is like a football junkie, then yes. But if this coach is like dull, maybe boring, then maybe the quarterback doesn't buy in right away and it takes him like a while, and then sometimes he might question the playbook. So I actually think it is possible that there could be a quarterback could have success with a strong elite offensive architect like Sean McVay. So I will actually say yes to it, just because Sean McVay is a guru, and everyone is different. So everyone's different. Everyone comes from different backgrounds. But you make a good point in terms of if you're good enough to play in the NFL or good enough to play quarterback or good enough to play at your position on a team, then you made it. But I think having that offensive mind, that offensive asset is an even bigger plus.
That's, you know what? I'll take that. Good. There was a disagreement there. So now it was what, 2nd and 13? It is now, we moved up a few yards. What do we got? 3rd and 9. So, all right, Big Mike, it's only worth 5 yards, but you can actually go 5 yards and say, I'm going for it on 4th down if you feel that strong, or just kick this sucker backwards and punt it. What do you got for us?
It's a good question. It's a tough question. I think the key word of this entire question is guarantee, because nothing's guaranteed at the end of the day. However, with that said, I like what Teran's saying too. You come in to a good spot or organization that seems to have their junk together, with a good offensive mind, who's a good, teacher type mentality, if you will, yeah, it gives that potential quarterback a very good chance to succeed. Although again, nothing's guaranteed compared to someone going into someone like Indianapolis Colts organization right now, for example. And that it's just it does give them an edge. I think yes.
Okay.
There's an edge there, but is it a guarantee? And to me, it's like nothing is guaranteed. So I would probably lean. I know it sounds like kind of a 50-50 answer. I would probably lean more with Teran, but points are valid. I mean, both of you make good valid points here.
So here's the fun part about the when you're the end guy. At that point in time, you gained 5 yards. It was 3rd and 9. Now what do we got? Third and 5.
4th and 4.
Sorry, 4th and 4. 4th and 4. All right, Big Mike. What do you think? Do you feel the extra eggs to go for this one? Does it feel that strong to you, or are you just gonna punt it?
I tell you what, we're early we're early first quarter, right? I'm gonna trust. We're gonna get good special teams here, pin them deep, get them a 3 and out. We're gonna get the ball right back. Let's go.
Mike has elected to punt the ball, and you know what? I agree. This is a good topic. It's a fun one, but it's true. This one can go either way, and it's not something that I think. And see, this is how it works. This is how the show works. It's not something that I don't think any of us feel passionate about enough to be like, no, we're going for it. You know what I mean? Like, no, this could be a yay or an A, and the NFL, what's it stand for? Not for long. You know what I mean? And guarantees are when you hear guarantee, you kind of laugh at it.
Yep.
You laugh at guarantees and you laugh at stuff like that because it's probably not going to happen. You know what I mean? So who knows? Or it could. It could. You never know. So there you go. All right, guys. Next question. Oh, my gosh. Thursday night was a doozy. It was a fun one. Well, the question was up a couple weeks ago. Does this young man get over 200 yards? And you know what? He almost did. Going to high school football now from the pros. We are going David Gabriel Georges, who is a freak of effing nature. This guy is incredible. Oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. David Gabriel Georges answered every single Brentwood Academy push with 3 fourth quarter rushing scores, which is incredible. Yes or no? Or forward or backward, however you want to say. Positive yardage, negative yardage. Is David Gabriel Georges the most unstoppable high school running back in the country right now? And honestly, guys, he has a great case because he looked really, really good. And again, he is ranked, I think, as like one of the top or the top. What he just did to a ranked team says a lot. Let's see what we got to say. Look who it is.
I was like, man, this is going to go Larry again. That we're going to have a repetition like we had the past few weeks where it's all Teran, then it's all me, then it's all you. I was just almost kind of hoping for it just to make fun of it.
Randomizer. Right. I know, right? What you got for us, Mike?
We talked about this kid a few weeks ago, and we had total yards. And I think if I recall my notes here, I think I said I didn't think he would get the total yards, but he might get the scores. What a performance, first and foremost. And find me somebody who's better right now.
The guy's amazing. I mean, there were some good performances. There were some great performances. All right. Like I completely agree. I'm not gonna take up your time, but yeah, Mike, I mean, I'm with you. That this guy, it's hard to say he's not. So what do you think? Are we going forward or back, or what do you got?
Forward. I'm gonna go with it. I mean, we'll see. That could change in 4 weeks, right? Who knows? But as of right now, I don't see anybody out there who's really any better and what have you. So yeah, I'll take that. I'll go with it. Let's go.
All right, we're going forward, guys. There you go. We're first down. Well, not first down, but we're moving the ball, not moving the sticks just yet. So there you go. We're gaining 3 yards. The 2nd and 7. Let's see. What do we got here, guys? Let's see. Who's it going to be? Teran or myself? What do we got? No, it would go there. Well, that means all the fate's in Teran's hands. So This one's plain and simple to me, guys. It is. It's very plain and simple, just like how Mike said it. The guy is damn good. I mean, he's ranked near the top for a reason. Yeah, I gotta also go with this. There were some good performances last night. I am not gonna try to at all try to say that there are not any other running backs close to him. Okay, especially last night. My gosh, watching these guys run for St. John Bosco and Gorman. We'll get to those guys in a little bit, but I'll tell you, this guy though, man, Gabriel Georges is something special. I'm going forward on this one. I think right now, as of this moment, as of week 1, he was the best running back in week 1, and he is the best running back of this week for sure. So at the moment, yes, but as Mike said, it could always change. You never know. So there you go. So it is now 3rd and 3. Just with a simple answer, yes or no, of Teran alone, we get a first down, or we go backwards and punt that ball. What you got for us, Teran?
Well, I don't think the word unstoppable is the correct word. I would say elite or premier. I definitely think he is the best running back in high school football. I mean, you'd have to find me someone else that's better that could do something like that. So instead of using the word unstoppable, I think we could use the word just elite and extremely talented. And again, you're going to have to find me another running back who could do something like that or have a performance like that. So, yes.
I agree.
Yep.
Good stuff. I agree. Right now, he is the guy. And that's all there is to it. He's the dude right now. And let's see what happens in week 2. But as of right now, he is great. How about this, man? Marsh Manning got in. He got some PT, got a little game time. Looked pretty okay. We can go ahead and segue a little bit to this one. Because what did you guys think? I mean, obviously, the game was pretty solid overall. For those of you who do not know, or those of you who are not into high school football, shame on you. You should be. Because, again, this is where the journey starts for these guys. But I don't care. I'll die on that hill. College, I mean, this is where it belongs, guys. NFL is just the end product. So Baylor did defeat Brentwood Academy 38-20. And at home, they look good. Marsh got in, played some. Looked pretty solid overall, guys. I mean, it was a good football game, man. It was 17-10 at the half. Baylor led, but a freaking 21-point fourth quarter. Okay, that says a lot. And this is where you just fed him. You fed Gabriel Georges. That's it. That's what you did. So overall, it was a great game. Any comments in this game, guys?
I didn't get a chance to watch all of it. As you know, we had had shenanigans going on Thursday
right.
as I was going on, but you know, I was a little bit bummed, I guess, when I went to the evening before I went to bed and I was hearing all about it. And it was all about Manning getting in the game.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? At the same time, it's like good for him. But man, like, can we stop on this? Can we just focus on the beast that just ran for 3 scores and 4? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, can we just give him the love there? But you know, that's how they're going to do it. And that's just what they do. But good for the kid. But let's remember, he's like 14 years old. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's, you know, I saw him do a few things. I mean, look, poised, comfortable. That throw the Capri plane wasn't the best, but it worked. I mean, so there's some nerves in there and whatnot. So good on him for getting in. And, you know, hopefully, you know, he stays the course and we'll keep working and improving and hope he can deal with the spotlight.
Yeah, I'm with you. Freshman, cool. You know, he got a little PT. That was great. Teran, any thoughts on this game before we move forward?
Yeah, it was a very good game, but also got to give love to Keyshawn Bowman as he had himself a performance. He had an 80-yard touchdown, which was just unbelievable, dude. And he's definitely a name to keep an eye out for. I mean, you obviously had Gabriel Georges, but do not sleep on Keyshawn Bowman. He is a fantastic receiver. I think he's just phenomenal and fantastic. And this was what you would expect from a top 15 matchup. A lot of highlights and lots of great players making amazing plays. It was just unbelievable. Very good game. Very good performance by both teams. And yeah, we did get to see a little bit of little Manning. We just can't seem to get away from the Manning train.
There's more coming probably. So hey, I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, there's more.
I'm looking forward to it. Let's see how many Mannings we can get. And it all started with that hat that Mike is wearing. So just kidding. Actually, it started with the Volunteers hat, but whatever, you know. I mean, so great stuff. I mean, his high school as well. But I'm just saying, look, good stuff. All right, next question, guys. So we're going forward on that one. I love it. First down all day. We're going back to the NFL, guys. We got a little NFL question here for you. This one's a fun one. Even they all are. But Marco Bell stands at 6'9", 346 pounds out of Miami. Dominating edge rushers at right tackle. Dude's looking pretty good. Okay. And this is a good question because this offense is so this offense is they're a fun one to watch because you never really know what you're going to get. Usually it's good, but you never really know. Lane Johnson, we know this guy is exactly everything everyone says about him because we've watched him for years. He's getting to the twilight of his career. And here it is. Is Philly's offensive line line pipeline genuinely undefeated? Does this offensive line, you know what I mean? Like, I'm the pedigree right now. I mean, they've landed some dudes, and well, they've got a bowl, you know, recently. So
right.
Let's see. What do we got? This is gonna be a fun one. There you go, Mike. What you got for us, buddy?
Man, I don't know if I'd say undefeated, but they'd be batting like 900. If that makes sense. I mean, it's hard to really argue against this pipeline, right? They put out dudes all the time. So I don't know what would be defined as undefeated. It's hard to measure, really. But at the end of the day, to answer the question, I'd probably go forward with this. I mean, it's not like you see guys. I mean, sure, certain games things happen, but you really don't hear like, oh, Philly's offensive line's terrible this year. They're getting to the quarterback 700 times a game and yada, yada. And a lot of times I feel like when they do get to the quarterback, it might be a quarterback issue. You know, taking too long to read, not getting rid of the ball fast enough type of thing.
I agree.
Yeah, so we'll go forward on that one.
There you go. It's hard to not go forward. Good stuff there. All right, Big Mike. Good way to start us off, buddy. We are moving forward. Ball has advanced. Oh crap! It's coming to me. All right. Well, again, as a dude who loves defense and played there for a very long time, offensive line aren't my favorite characters. Okay, but what can I say? They are characters. I'll tell you that. But you got to have them. And if you don't, you're not a very good football team. That's all there is to it. There's a reason why they could execute the tush push so well. There's a reason why other teams couldn't. It says it all, right?
Correct.
If the five monsters up front aren't doing their job, nothing. I don't care what you're doing. It starts there. That's seriously like the heartbeat. Okay? Because if you're not scoring, if you're not doing anything on offense, you're consistently turning the ball over or punting. Your defense is going to burn out within, I don't care how in shape they are, mid-second quarter, they're dead. Okay, that's all there is to it. Yeah, I don't care how good, right? Am I right, Mike? Right. I mean, it doesn't matter. It does not matter whatsoever. You could have a freaking defense who runs with a soccer team, okay, and they run like 5 miles before practice, okay? And guess what? You're still going to burn out because it's impossible to keep on just – it sucks when you get off the field and you grab a sip of water and before you know there's a pick or a fumble or something and you're punting and you're like, yeah, right. I got to go back out there. So number one thing, it starts with the big boys up front. Then, so if you can't score, your defense sucks. They start giving. Everything just goes downward. Just watch the Raiders. So, I just feel like that's a great example for everybody. So, yeah, I mean, I can't help it. I think that's where we are. So, yeah, I'm also going to go forward because it says a lot, man. These guys, I mean, Jason Kelsey, Lane Johnson, Jason Peters has been there. Oh, my gosh. Who else, man? Jordan Mailata, Brandon Brooks. Oh, my gosh. Who was that really good guard? Oh, my gosh. Evan Mathis. I mean, they've had some monsters, man. Yeah. They've had some really good athletes. So I will say good morning to you, sir. Let's see. Brian says he went to joint practice on Thursday for the Patriots and Eagles. way better than preseason games. Well, that's pretty cool because we're talking about the Eagles right now. So, all right, Teran, end us off, good sir. What you got for us?
I agree with Mike. I don't think undefeated would be the best word to describe it, but I would say like loaded and basically, consistent. That's the word. Consistent for the most part, because losses happen and injuries happen, but it always generates. You see that offensive line. You see why Saquon Barkley has big runs. You see why Jalen Hurts can take off with the ball. It's because of those big boys in front. And this old saying is that the offensive line gets no love, but when it matters most, they need all the love, and they're needed when it matters most. So I would definitely have to say yes with the Eagles' offensive line pipeline being generally undefeated. I think that they're a consistent bunch, and I think it's also good team camaraderie. If they have a good team culture, team bonding moments, that's what brings a team close. But I think that the pipeline is, for the most part, generally undefeated.
We're all going forward. This is a first down, because again, and you know what, I'm gonna say this is gonna feed on the Eagles are gonna continue to be. I don't care if people can say what they want to. They're going to continue to be a contender. They may not win a bowl every year, but with an offensive line that, you're always in the fight.
Oh yeah,
100%.
So I can think of a few guys. Oh my gosh, off the top of my head, what are their names? The first one, obviously, the legend Jeff Saturday. Okay, who else was on that freaking offensive line? Oh my gosh, I know we had Charlie Johnson on the left. He was great. Ryan Dean was a monster. We had Polak and I forgot.
Tarek Glenn was there.
Glenn, there was one more that I'm just totally. I'm spacing right now on the other guard. I'm sorry, but look. In 2007, that was my graduation year. Okay, a couple months before I graduated, I watched a monstrous Indianapolis Colts team defeat the Bears in the Super Bowl. And you know what's crazy? That offensive line kept Peyton Manning pretty clean. that says enough.
They ran the ball down their throat.
They did.
That was the crazy thing about that game was like, obviously watching it as a Colts fan was like, our line of scrimmage is beating down the Bears. The Bears known for the defense then, right? Urlacher and Briggs and those guys.
Ooh.
Hellacious players. But Colts just dominated.
Yeah, they did. Lilja. Yes. No, Lilja. That was his name.
Lilja, yep.
Ryan Lilja. Yeah, freaking that offensive line was a goddamn wall. So yeah, agreed. If you can beat down the defense, so again, we've seen it, guys. We've seen it. And I've also seen really good quarterbacks behind center and not be worth a crap because, well, you can't do anything when you're getting hit after you snap the ball. So
there's that.
You kind of want to give him at least 2 seconds. My gosh, it's still not enough time, but give him something. And a lot of coaches would say, "Oh no, you do," and I get it. Yes, you do want to get the ball out fast, but sometimes it takes a little bit longer. That's all there is to it because great coverage is a thing. So you need these guys to get free. So if the big boys aren't doing their job, no one else is doing their job either. Right. So I agree. I think, guys, that the Eagles have something special going on here, and their pipeline's nice. They got something going well. And let's see. Bell looks great. This guy's a freaking beast. I like what he's got. Let's see. Let's see if the Eagles look great again up front with the big boys. So that was going to do it for the first quarter, you guys. We are all done with that. We're going to play ourselves a quick little drop. Again, I don't care as it gets the intros, but I got to show love to these guys over here. We got all the breaks today, which is kind of cool. So, all right. First quarter is in the books. Let's see if we can get that. I think that was a offensive first quarter. I think there was a couple of points scored in that one, right? So let's see if we get a defensive one next quarter. We'll find out. So, all right, guys, you are watching 3 and Out right here on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all. That's supposed to be right back after this.
Set point, turn it up, let's go! iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Welcome back to 3 and Out right here on iSports Radio, your directly for all that is sports. Again, great shows all around the network. This guy puts in more work than a freaking beaver. I don't know what else to name. I have no idea. Everywhere, every volleyball game scrimmage you can imagine. He lives in the hotbed of volleyball here in Southern California. Yeah, you just got to get into it. That's all I got to say. Set Point, great show, great coaches, great interviews, great matches. Just giving the page a follow on Instagram and the Twitter account is worth it enough. So many great highlights. This is great stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Teran Rodriguez, tune in Monday evening, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and there you have it. So, all right, guys, there you have it. We are good to go on to the second quarter. Again, we had a very fun offensive first quarter. And again, those questions, I feel like, I you couldn't disagree with those. I think those were great. And I'd love to hear it. If you disagree, put it over there or wherever it is, down there, wherever the freaking chat is. Again.
I mean, if you disagree, you're wrong. But we want to see you be wrong. So come on, Brown. That's my trash talk for now.
I'm sorry. Having the rock thing, doing the little rock thing there. But no, agreed. Put the scroller up really fast because, man, last night we had some good – this past week we've had some good ones here in high school football. Really quick, guys, just kind of shooting down the before we start the actual second quarter itself. We'll get to this in a few moments, but major upset. And even though, I don't know, I want to call it major because it was 2-1, but, man, Bishop Gorman – came out great. St. John Bosco answered, but it was just too little too late. They should have came out the way that Bishop Gorman did. 38-28. We have a new number one in the house starting Monday. I'll tell you that right now. St. John Bosco, don't know how far they're going to fall, but you should have played better because Bishop Gorman, they look good. So 38-28. Victory there. Number 3, St. Thomas Aquinas defeating Western from Davie. A little Florida matchup there, 42-0, basically a scrimmage. No game for number 4, St. Francis Academy out of Baltimore, Maryland. IMG Academy got the nasty taste of a loss out of their mouth from Tampa last week, and here they are now playing Lone Peak, absolutely destroying this Utah team, 59-3, looking freaking sharp. Number 6, Santa Margarita, man. These guys, coached by Carson Palmer, look good, defeated Jones 27-0, looking very good there. Number 7, Buford over Gainesville. Oh, sorry. I feel horrible for saying that. I'm sorry. That game's actually today. I know. That kind of just shows you where I'm thinking. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Gainesville, but good game there coming up today. Hopefully that's a good one. Thursday night. I mean, we kind of all knew it, but this is just a great one. It's Corona Centennial, man, the football factory right here in the Inland Empire. Corona, California. Yeah, these guys, what a freaking game. 41-21 on the road. Way to get it done. I don't know, was it actually? Yeah, it was at Servite, so it was in Anaheim. 41-21 victory there for the Huskies. Coach Matt Logan looking good. This team looking good. Number 9, Modern Day. Played American Fork, and, well, they brought the fork, the spoon, the knife, everything, because 31-11 probably should have been more. I don't know. But, again, I guess it's the beginning. But overall, great stuff there. Hell of a job by American Fork to hold these guys within 20 points, 31-11. Duncanville will get underway in a couple of weeks. Number 10, Duncanville. We have number 11, Carroll City out of Miami over mainland Daytona Beach. That was 38-3. Carroll City continues to look as good as they did last year. Number 12, we just talked about this one. Number 12, Baylor out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, defeats number 13, Brentwood Academy from Brentwood, Tennessee, 38-20. Again, David Gabriel George's number 1 running back in the country right now because we said it. I'm just saying. Basha, they will have Basha, number 14, Basha out of Chandler, Arizona. They have themselves, they didn't play this week. Number 15, American Heritage out of Plantain, Florida, defeated. Actually, they were upset. I'm sorry. This is one of the biggest upsets of the entire week. American Heritage, man. A solid team we've been talking about for years. They were upset last night by West Boca Raton. These guys don't look so good. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's just those first game jitters that just never seem to go away. But West Boca Raton, oh my gosh, what a freaking game. 24-7. They did that on the road. Number 16, Sierra Canyon out of Chatsworth, California, right here up the road. Sierra Canyon defeating J. Sarah Catholic. This is a good one here, and a heck of a team here out of the Trinity League that they defeated 42-21. Southern California battle. Good one there. Allen, Texas, number 17, did not play this week. Neither did Hamilton out of Chandler, Arizona. We're almost there, guys. Number 19, Carrollton, Georgia, over Rome, 55-7, basically a scrimmage. Number 20, looks like Hall. I don't know how to pronounce that. Out of Cornelius in North Carolina. Actually, they will be playing Northwestern today, coming on up. Number 21, Creekside out of Fairburn, Georgia. They actually would fall to another upset. Clay Chalkville defeated Creekside, the number 21 team in the country. Clay Chalkville, unranked. Okay, much like the other upset we saw earlier. Another unranked team defeats the ranked team. This is why I play the game. All right, so there you go, 29-20 on the road. Chandler, idle this week. We have Brownsburg, obviously. This is a game that I'm going to give a few moments to for this guy down here. But Brownsburg, in every bit like the number one team in Indiana, they defeated Lawrence North 48-25. That I don't want to say it was ever a close one.
It was,
but it looked good. It was a crazy little game from what it looks like. Number 24. We're going from Indiana down to Alabama, as if we haven't done that before in football. Yeah, right? You gotta love it, right? Indiana, Alabama. You got Cignati knows about that, but no, but I will say this one, another great one here. Good one for Thompson, at least. Thompson from Alabaster, Alabama, looking great, defeating Central from Phoenix City, 41-14. And then Chaminade Madonna ending us off here. The guys who nearly won a championship a couple years ago. Chaminade Madonna out of Florida, out of Hollywood, Florida, defeated the Monarch out of Coconut Creek, 49-22. And there's your current top 25, courtesy of MaxPreps.com. Mike, really quick, man. How about that game last night?
A couple quick thoughts. First and foremost, it was a sellout. So that game sold out, I believe, on Tuesday evening. And to the point where press couldn't even get in. They had to buy like visiting tickets or I mean, it was packed house. Which you love to see. Solid first half. Ellen had the lead at halftime.
Oh crap.
And then Brownsburg said, all right, hold my beer. And that was it. I mean, you kind of thought going in, I mean, I thought, listen, I'm a little bit of a homer here. I'm a Lawrence North guy. I mean, my daughter graduated there. A lot of friends, kids went there, blah, blah, blah. So I was obviously my heart was kind of pulling for them, but I've seen this with Lawrence North before in past, and we all know, I mean, you guys know your high school football. Center Grove has been a powerhouse in this state for a while. They've kind of dropped a little bit, but I mean, Center Grove came there a few years ago, and Lawrence North had the lead. It's like, holy crap, are they going to pull this off? And then second half happens, and that's it. That's kind of what happened here. Brownsburg defense just came out, and Showtime Sales didn't have. I mean, they contained him. Zay Taylor's running back for Ellen was okay. He had actually a special teams touchdown, 90-yard kickoff return. That was the only score Lawrence North had the entire second half. Brownsburg just said, okay, we're done here, and just shut the home field up, man, and just dominated the second half. And these are two teams that are pretty loaded with some future Big Ten talent. I know some of y'all on the West Coast still don't really love the Big Ten for obvious reasons, but I get it. But we got a couple IU commits, a couple. I think there was even one Illinois commit, a Michigan commit, and a Purdue commit. Both sides of the ball are both teams, so loaded. A lot of talent in that field, but typically kept to Brownsburg. They came out in that second half and just made a statement and said, "Hey, here's why we're the defending state champs. Here's why we're number one in the state. Come get it." So typically kept to them. But a fun first half, at least.
They look good. They really did. This looked like a solid football game. Again, you get a lot of solid performance from both teams at one point. But then, again, Brownsburg is, proving why they're number one. They're number one, right? I mean, they look solid. These group of kids look great, man. I really am excited for to see if anybody can knock these guys off this year, or if they're just gonna that was it. That was the preview of here's Indiana football, all in a nutshell.
I think honestly, not to go too in depth here, but I would say there's probably two teams I think that have a chance. I'll leave it at a chance. which means I'm not saying they're going to do it, but they have a chance. LN was actually one of those teams coming in. I thought there were about 5 teams that could maybe pull this off against Brownsburg. Brownsburg, yeah. LN, no. And LN, like I said, LN's a good team. But Fishers is going to linger around. Warren Central actually had a big win over Center Grove last night. And Warren Central's been a powerhouse. They've got a ton of athletes over there. Solid defense there. They could. I don't know if they have enough offensively to do it, but they could maybe contain Brownsburg. We'll see how the season plays out. But right now, it's Brownsburg.
Love it, man. Great stuff there in Indiana. There was another guy who went to a game last night. And real quick, Teran, I don't want to slight you, man. You were right here basically across the street from me last year. Marietta Mesa, a school that has come a very long way. Really strong Southern California team. And well, your Newport Harbor, these guys, I mean, obviously you're alumnus from there, and you were here last year, right over here, right down the road from me. And you saw the team barely lose on like a walk-off touchdown last year in Ram Stadium. Last night, flip-flopped it. Mesa heads over all the way to the beach, Huntington Beach to be exact.
Newport Beach.
Newport. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I guess association.
There's a lot of beaches out there.
I know, right? Going to that beach my whole life because as a kid there. They went to Newport too, but it's crowded, man. Huntington's more open. Anyway, Teran, on down to Newport Beach yesterday. You were in the house reporting on this game. What you got, man? You broadcasted it, man. Great stuff. What you got, man? Great game. Heck of a job for Newport to pull this thing off.
Yeah, it was a grinded out game. A very exciting game to be exact. And it came down to the last play, and Marietta Mesa was stopped right at the 1-yard line. And I don't know how clock mechanics work when it comes to the final quarter or the last few seconds. But Marietta Mesa had no timeouts, and I guess they couldn't snap the ball in time. And yeah.
Oh, no.
I mean, unfortunately, there were some other unfortunate events that happened for Marietta Mesa, but it never should have gotten to the point where they were down 5 because it was pretty much like last year. Marietta Mesa had the lead for a good chunk of the game, and then Newport Harbor came roaring back, and I thought it was going to be like last year. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a repeat of last year, but the Newport Harbor defense clutched up. But I will say, let's just say special teams actually matters, or it mattered in this game. If you go back and watch the game, you will see why. Because let's just say there are a couple of special team blunders that Marietta Mesa is going to be working on next week in practice.
Well, I'll tell you, great stuff, gentlemen. You were both at some great games last night. Got to see some high school football. Again, all the recap down there. Hopefully, you've been watching the ticker because it was a crazy one. Not to spend too much time on the topic, but 2 upsets. Boca Raton looking good. Nice little win there. They unranked, knocked off a ranked, and Chalksville. Okay. I didn't even know who they were, but now I do. I mean, I'm just saying, Clay Chalksville in Utah. Well, actually, Alabama. Sorry. Clay Chalksville out of Pinson, Alabama. Pretty crazy, knocking off Creekside from Fairburn, Georgia. So again, which one do you think is a bigger upset? Or, of course, we'll get to the big one in a few minutes, of course, the 2-1. But out of those 2, which one do you like? Which one do you think is more significant?
Actually, I don't know. It's week 1.
Week 1. We'll take that.
1, and you just don't know. I think both are significant. But to me, it's like we don't know how really significant it is till we get to 2 and 3. Let's see if these teams who pulled off the upset can continue that momentum going the next few weeks. I'll take that.
Teran, you got an answer, or do you think that's a pretty good one right there from Mike?
I think it's a fair and valid answer right there, just because it's still early in the season and teams are still trying to figure themselves out. But honestly, you just got to wait it out for a bit. You just got to wait it out. I just think that we have yet to see the best version of some of these teams. Yeah. Like, for example, we didn't really see the best version of a lot of teams happening in terms of week 1 or week 0, technically. And you also mentioned, I hate to go off topic, but you also mentioned that Mater Dei only won by 20. They've got a young team, and they're still trying to figure it out. I did actually interview Raul Lara, and I'm sorry, Larry, I didn't get a chance to post my interview with Laura at Mission Viejo. I promise you it'll get posted today.
You're good, buddy. Hey, man, everything you do, we appreciate you, man. So, all right, let's roll through this. Of course, man. Let's roll through the second quarter, man. Here it comes. Time to get that one off the board. Here it is, second quarter time. All right, guys, 3C2A coming your way, because I found a fun question. These games don't kick off till Thursday, but I really got to looking at the website, and this is something I've noticed for a long time. We never did. At RCC, we always scrimmaged a team that was within. There's usually San Diego Mesa, Chaffee. Well, not Chaffee. We actually played those guys. So scrimmage teams you're probably not going to play in the regular season. OCC. We scrimmage teams up north. We scrimmage those guys. Cool. We're probably not going to see them unless it's in the playoffs. Cool. So this is a great question. Okay. So what do you guys think? Yes or no? Okay. Because I noticed that more and more I'm seeing these 3C2A teams starting to scrimmage Division 3 teams. What? They're scrimmaging NAIA teams if they're close to them? What? I'm not trying to say, is there a talent gap? It's fair to say in the top 25 of the 3C2, we've already talked about the 3C2A. Okay. Mm-hmm. The talent there is chalked. Okay. I'm telling you right now. Okay. One of my buddies came back in the summer after, our first season there, the RCC under Kraft. And he's like, dude, our team last year could beat Texas Tech. He's like, I'll tell you right now, because there's tons of talent. There's tons of talent. Okay. Tons of talent. So I don't know. I'm just saying, like, these teams, some of them are extreme. Like, these guys are monsters. They're D1 bounce backs. And I guess the question, you can take it however you'd like. The question is, yes or no? If you put a top 10 or even top 25 3C2A powerhouse like Golden West or San Mateo in a full fourth quarter game against a top SIAC D3 program, or again, we could say an NAIA or any of those, does the raw D1 bounce back talent consistently walk away with the win over some 22-year-old veterans? Again, we're talking about scrimmages right now, because I notice a lot of them are scrimmaging. But I thought to myself, if this was an actual game, would this be fun? So I got a fun answer for this one. I hope I don't go first. Here we go. Let's see. I'm not going first. It's Teran. So, Teran, before you begin, sir, just reminding everybody, second quarter is a little bit different. Now we're going to be now it's going to be 2 yards for first down, 3 yards for second, and 4 yards for third down. Teran, what you got?
I would say, and I hate to do this, I'd say no to this, just because the 4-year level is a whole lot different than the junior college level. I just think that there's a lot more that goes into it when it comes to 4-year teams, 4-year college level teams, as opposed to like junior college, with all due respect, because maybe if you put a top tier 3C2A team against a lower tier Division 3 program, maybe they're beating them, but not a top SIAC Division 3 program, just because there's a lot of offensive, defensive schemes, and a lot of these coaches just put in a lot of time and effort in terms of like putting out the best product on the field and drawing up the best plays in terms of trying to win a game. So I would actually say no. Even if you put like a powerhouse team like Golden West or San Mateo or Mount Sac or anything of that sort, I don't think they would be a top SIAC Division 3 program.
All right. So we are going backwards 2 yards. So it is now 2nd and 12. Good answer, Teran. All right. Let's see what we got next. If this thing will only cooperate. Here it is. Let's go. All right. Is it Mike or me? Who's answering next? I like the variety today. This is fun.
This is good variety today, without a doubt.
It is. Oh, it's close. Nope.
Oh.
All right. So Mike will hold the most weight in this one. But I will say, guys, if we're talking about a top SIAC team, I'm sorry, but a top 25 team in the 3C2A will beat them like they stole something. I'm sorry. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I'm sorry. Look, I played. I know. I was there. These fools, Riverside, Mount Sac, Fullerton, San Mateo, Butte. I mean, these teams, they're full of starving players. starving. And let's just be real, okay? I know because, again, I was a D3 for a little bit too. And I'll tell you right now, guys, you see a bounce back offensive line like how we had at RCC that average 6'4", 6'5", big monsters like that. I'll tell you right now, these guys are just sophomore bounce backs. Okay, they're only, you know what I mean? They're just these guys are, or the guys who were overlooked. They're starving. They're huge. These are big dudes. I'll tell you right now, this is why guys go like freshmen. If you're a really good freshman, like we talked about, okay, Brownsburg, that team's chock full of talent. That high school. Those kids are all ready to go either start as a true freshman or just be seasoned because there's so many players in front of them. They're going to have that redshirt experience. Truth be told, those kids were already better than Division III kids and Division II, Division NAI. Those kids were already better than them. I hate to say it. They were already past those guys by their sophomore year in high school. Kind of sad to say it, but it's the truth. Let's just be real. Okay. And sometimes it really does come down to size. And I hate to say that too. If you're just really big and you happen to be talented, there's probably a good chance that you're going to be even looked at. Develop that skill a little bit, you're going to be better. So I will say the 3C2A, even the NJCAA, if we're talking SIAC or teams like over here on the West Coast, I think it's a slaughter. If we're talking like Mount Union, if we're talking like top Division threes, like North Central and everything, maybe not the whole top 25, but I'd say maybe the top 15 in the 3C2A alone would beat any Division III team. It's just different. It's just different. Over here, you got, and some, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of heart with a lot of these guys. But sometimes it's I don't know. So the talent is just sometimes out of whack. So I hate to say it, I really do. And this coming from undersized guy, undersized player myself, and how hard I had to fight. And I'll tell you right now, it's true. I think our RCC team in 2010 could have destroyed a lot of teams around the country, no matter who they were. We weren't beating no Alabama, but I'll tell you right now, we could fight with a lot of teams just because of how much talent was there. So I will say, yep, that's going forward. And again, that's great. I love that. Different opinions. I love that. So good stuff, Teran. Okay, bring us home, Mike. What you got for this one?
Well, this is where I emphasize maybe a word a little too much here. Consistently. Would they consistently walk out with wins? And that's where I'm going to agree with Teran and probably say no. There are going to be some matchups they would win. 100%. I'm with you on that. But I'll go back to my old coaching days, right? And I'll come out that it's a kind of a cliche saying, but I think it's damn true. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
I'll take that.
So that experience those guys have 4 years, it's a D3. Yeah, you're right. Some of these guys are undersized, maybe don't have as much talent. But when I say hard work, I'm not just sitting there saying effort, physical effort, talking the mental part of it. Make sure you're cracking down on all your assignments, minimizing those missed assignments. Just those intangibles like that, I think would come into play. But so, Larry, I mean, you're not wrong. I think there would be some booty whipping going on. I just don't think it'd be a consistent type of thing.
And you know what? That's okay. I like it. So at this point, it'd be 4th and 5. Is this something that you're willing to say, I'm going for it on this one? Or you know what? I don't feel strong enough to actually go for it. I'm going to punt it, but that's where my statement is. What do you think?
I tell you what, man, since in our 3-and-out graphic, you got me as a QB here. I feel like we've already got a couple scores. Our defense is playing well. We're going to punt.
You know what? I'll take that. Okay.
Defense will come out smoking, and we're going to get the ball back and score.
I love it. Hey, great stuff, guys. Again, great opinions. I love it. That's a great topic. That's a fun one. So that's what I'm saying. They're scrimmaging each other right now.
That's very good debate.
It's fun. They're scrimmaging each other. And it's crazy because you see these again. We're going to talk all about the WEAC. Oh my gosh, Big Mike, because you're way closer to that than we are.
Oh, yeah.
Those Wisconsin Division III football teams, I don't know where they come from. I don't know who these players are.
These are good corn-fed guys from the upper Midwest, man. These are guys you don't want to see in an alley at night.
I'm convinced they come
buddies with them.
Exactly. Like I'm serious. I'm convinced they come from hell. I'm sorry. Like what? I'm sorry. I mean, these guys they
broke the mold.
Maybe not that. I'm sorry, guys, but okay. I will say these guys are holy crap. Those Wisconsin D3 teams. I might just put them up against like a freaking lower FBS team and see what happens. Like,
telling
I'm
you, man,
sorry.
you get some of those dudes from like Wisconsin, even into Minnesota, whatnot. I'm convinced their bloodline comes from the Vikings way back when, and they're just these freaking monstrous dudes with bad attitudes.
Exactly. And it's funny because I don't, at that point in time, I don't give a single crap. If they're 5'7", 8, 9, 10, they're gonna probably rip your head off. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, Vikings, okay? Yeah. Berserkers. Okay, I'm sorry, but yeah. So no, agreed. So you're right. So it's really good to say that. I like that. So that's a fun debate. So and that also says with a lot of teams moving up, down, all that fun stuff. So okay, guys, here we go. Next one, this one, and we'll kind of go fast from here because I know we've already spent a good amount on the first quarter, but it's all good. So, high school football, obviously last night, Bishop Gorman. Wow. I wasn't expecting this. I really thought that Bosco would roll in there and it would be a good game, but like how Mater Dei did last year, it'd be like 31-14. Mater Dei has a nice win. It's a hard fought. No, it was not. No, Bishop Gorman's sick of people coming into their house and beating them like that are higher ranked, even if it's 1 versus 2. Bishop Gorman looked every bit like the number 1 team last night. And I think my question to you guys, and if you want to pull up on Max Preps, by all means, please pull it up on their schedule. But you guys, Bishop Gorman just knocked off the top ranked team in the country and improved to 3-0 all time versus St. John Bosco. They have never lost to these guys. And last night they were not going to start. Yes or no? Will Bishop Gorman stay at number 1 in the Max Preps top 25 for the remainder of the year? And that is huge because we have the whole season to play, guys. This says that they not only win the Nevada championship, which they casually do every year, I think, with their 4th string players. Okay, because I mean, Nevada's not the most. It's just them, really. I mean, if they want to challenge, they're gonna have to start playing like UNLV in Nevada, like Reno. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, like I don't know who else they're gonna play. But yeah, I don't know. That's a fun question. Let's see what we got, guys. No, this is the close one.
Woo, right. Whoa.
What do we got, Mike?
First off, real quick before I give you my answer, shout out to that Gorman defense. Yep. Last night, that first half, I think they would give up like 35 yards or something stupid. Just insane. So yes, I'm going with this one. It looks like the only ones that'll beat them are themselves.
Yeah.
And I think the only way they don't, end up at like number 1 is if they just start kind of, I don't even call it sandbagging it, but just kind of half-assing it, excuse my French here for lack of a better term, near the end, and they always start winning these games by like maybe a touchdown, 10 points, something like that. Don't look great doing it, type of thing. But otherwise, no, I think it's clear sailing.
Yeah, completely. I mean, I'm with you. So I'll have to wait my turn, but yep, I let's just say I'm gonna agree. That's all right, Teran. Who's it gonna be? You or me? Let's see. We're going forward. Positive yardage there from Mike. It looks like Teran's gonna get this one. All right, buddy, what you got, man?
Well, for now, yes, but I think there's one team that definitely has a chance of beating them, and that's Mater Dei. Just because Gorman has to go all the way on the road to beat Mater Dei, and this is the type of game that Mater Dei would probably win because most people would count out Mater Dei thinking, oh, they're too young, they're inexperienced. But I think Mater Dei has a good shot at beating Gorman. Now, I want to see what Mater Dei has in store for themselves because, yeah, they wound up beating American Fork, but they still have a little ways to go in terms of their season because they just kicked off their season. And again, I would like to see more from Mater Dei because if what Raul Lara said is true, then Mater Dei is probably going to be a young team going into that matchup against Gorman, and they still have a few other good matchups as well, such as Orem, Valor Christian, and they've got Corona Centennial, which I think is a payback game from last year. So for now, I'll say yes. I think Gorman will go undefeated, but do not be surprised by any means if Mater Dei pulls off that win.
I'm right there with you. I think that this is huge. Bishop Gorman is a monster team, but it's so true. Modern Day is the X factor. And well, Teran, I knew one of us was going to say it. That's all I know. Modern Day is not going to be so easy. I hate to say this. I agree that Bishop Gorman is amazing. And can they do it? Yes. But you're coming over here. Last time we played Modern Day, it was at your house, and you still lost.
Yep.
And Modern Day still didn't win the national championship that year. So I don't know. To me, this is hard. I hate to say no. But I don't know. It really depends on how Modern Day is playing. But I don't know. I think we might see some little shakeup here. Can Bishop Gorman do it? Absolutely. Absolutely. They look great right now. And I'll tell you right now, if Bishop Gorman beats Modern Day, nobody else is the champion. I'm sorry. That's it. Like they are the outright champs. There's no way.
100%.
Yeah.
Undisputed.
If they lose, though, now whoever's at the top, I might be a little suspect if Max Preps names them the champ. You know what I mean? Like, you don't just lose the Modern Day and then become the champion just because you happen to be at the top because you just ran through your division in one state, like for the 50th year in a row. So I'm going to say this is a good one. Slight no, but oh my gosh, this is a fun one. Let's see how that September 18th game checks out. That's going to be a lot of fun, you guys. So, all righty, let's go. We're keeping it rolling. All right, back to the NFL. I love the jumping around today, right? So back to the NFL. DJ Moore caught 3 passes for 61 yards on just 10 snaps for Buffalo. Yes or no? Is this instant impact definitive proof of general manager competence in immediate? I was trying to read this really slow to try to say, I'm sorry. I guess, this is great. I'm sorry. It's the truth.
I'm not even laughing at that. I'm laughing at something completely different, but we'll get to that in a moment.
It's good. The general manager incompetence, or competence in immediate curing of offenses. Wide receiver one problem, and I'll tell you right now, I think I know why Mike's laughing. Let's spin that wheel because let's hope we get Mike first in this one. This one is going to be fun. I already know where he's going. Hey, we ask fun questions on this show. I don't give a crap. Oh my gosh!
Really?
This one's great. Okay, look. Look, I'll tell you right now. Okay, look, just because I guess I have to see what he said. This is gonna be a one-time thing. Mike, I gotta have you answer this one first. Please. I'll follow you, but I'm sorry. I know where you're going with this. Nobody's gonna answer this better than you are. Give it to me.
General manager competence. That's what's so funny. Look what's on my head.
I know.
Look what's on my head.
I know.
General manager competence. Oh, good Lord. For those of you who don't know, I think most of us probably do. Chris Ballard, 10 years as this will be his 10th season as GM, and look what he has to show for it. Exactly. So, yeah, I understand. Like you sign a guy and it works out, and it's like, oh, look, that was a great signing. Okay, was it real? I mean, was that really the signing that made it so good? I mean, maybe it's just like, hey, we got this guy out here. We think we've got this stud quarterback. Maybe he needs a weapon. I don't know. I don't call that confidence. I just call it common sense. Now, we'll see. I mean, not take it too far off the topic. The Colts, inked a 1-year deal with Keenan Allen. After the entire fan base, media, everybody's like, you need a receiver. You need a receiver. Chris, you need a damn receiver. Get a receiver. And you have to listen to us before we actually, literally, it's all he's been doing is listening to the fans and the media. And it's like, oh, maybe they're right. Blah, blah, blah. So I don't think it's any sign of general manager competence. I just think, maybe in this case, there's some common sense.
Thank you.
Unlike here in Indy, we don't know what that is.
So to piggyback on that, again, I'm sorry.
For now.
Right, I'm sorry. I had to give it to Mike for that one. I had to because I think he's seen it. As a Raider fan, I don't even think that exists. I'm sorry. Spy Tech, great job, buddy. Great job for getting all the talent, but forgetting about the most important thing: the 5 guys up front that are blocking. Wonderful job, great job. That was wonderful. That's great. I'm going to buy a $5 million Lamborghini and not park it in the garage and leave it out front in the street.
Yeah, and let me just, now you brought that up, I'll go on a rant part 1A. Why do you think Andrew Luck is not playing quarterback in the NFL anymore?
Okay. No. Oh,
for investment not protected?
That was 3. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Here.
Thank you. No, I'm oh well, you got my answer a million times over. Hell no. Darren, what you got? What you got for us? This is about as defense as it gets. I'm sorry. Darren, is there any spark of positivity in this with you or no?
No, because you need to have the full complete puzzle piece. I mean, you can have the best receiver talent, but your team would still stink if you don't have a good O-line. You got to have the complete package. So, no.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Manager competence. I'm still laughing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I had to have a fun one in there. Look, because this was really for Mike. I had to. This was a fun one. But look, of course, because like I said, we say what we feel. I don't give a crap. Tell me something. Okay, it's the truth. All right. That's. All right. Next one. Let's have some fun with this one. There's a little Division II football coming your way. Okay, this one's coming up this week. And again, we all know, guys, especially when you're playing, this is a playoff system. Okay, obviously you'll love it, but this is bigger than the playoff system, in my opinion. A couple years, I'm going to say it like I'm not that old. A couple years ago, 22, there was a team that a movie was made after called The Game Stands Tall. And that was about a little team up north called De La Salle, who won for 11 years straight. Sometimes, you guys, streaks are just so much more important than even a title itself, because you keep something alive that started before you were there. It's really cool, my high school track team, to know that we were the last team to keep the streak alive after the 2000 track team of being, league champs started that. And I'm like, oh, wow, this is really, there was one time I thought about it. I'm like, wow, I'm 18 in this track season right now. I have a month left in high school. And this is awesome. Throwing a shot put. How cool is it to know that we just gained another patch from those who started this thing back when I was in the 5th grade? Kind of cool. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool. Right? It's a cool feeling. So think about these guys that played for De La Salle, 11 years in. It's cool to think that these guys were like 7 years old when those seniors were 11 when that streak started. And now these guys are close to 30. And they're like, our streak that we started is still alive. And all the people that were involved in it, those guys are like, we kept that sucker. It's just, I don't know. A streak can be, and that could be in any sport. It doesn't matter. So this is a big one. Okay. Ferris State, I am almost positive, is probably going to win another one. I'm sorry. They're just really, really good. Unless somebody else knocks them off. I don't know. But golly, Ferris State, it's a good football team, guys. It's a great program. You know it. We know it. I know it. All of us know it. Okay. It takes a lot to knock this team off. Does Ferris State's 30-game winning streak, it's at 30 right now, that's a couple seasons, okay? Does their 30-game winning streak survive the opening night road test in the jungle against number 4 Pittsburgh State? And Pittsburgh State is coming. They know that streak is coming to them, and they are practicing right now lights out, because they're like, hell no, you're not coming into our house and keeping that tradition going, but we are going to be. And then how about to be a part of the team that ended it? You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, so those guys are starving. This is a fun topic. Again, we all know how good Ferris State is, but will the streak stay alive? Even if with one blemish on their record, that's a tough one. So let's see. It's I'll take it. I got to tell you guys, I got to say this. I like Pittsburgh State. They're a good team. They can totally pull an upset. But it's not going to happen on Thursday. I don't care.
Oh, the twist.
I know. Ferris State is strong. This team is just so good. And again, it's going to. So can Pittsburgh State win? Of course, anything can happen any given day. But I just don't think. I think it's in jeopardy. Oh yeah, you're not going to just go into a number 4 team and just beat them, like a Raider game or anything, But and then who knows? Maybe not. I don't know. But What I will say is I just don't see it. I think Ferris State's going to keep it going. Watch them lose to some stupid, horrible, unranked team later on the season.
Yeah, right.
Just kidding. But I just don't see it. I'm going. No, we're going backwards on this one. Sack. I don't see Ferris State losing this game, even though it's going to be really close. We can give final score predictions right now, or just predictions in general. There's my prediction. I go Ferris State winning this game, but it's going to be a thin one. It was a close one. What you got for us, Teran?
Yeah, I think Ferris State is going to beat Pittsburgh State, but I think it's going to be a close one. I think Pittsburgh State, to your point, Larry, is going to come prepared. They're going to, they're probably preparing right now, and they're probably watching loads of film and just preparing a lot for what to expect against Ferris State. That said, I think Ferris State will win in a grinded-out game. It'll probably be close, but I think Ferris State gets the job done on the road against Pittsburgh State because great teams can win anytime, any place, anywhere.
Show us how great you are. And I think that's where we're going to hand it over to Mike. Mike, you have all the ability to try to make this thing a positive drive, or you're just going to keep on going negative and punt this sucker.
Well, before I get to that real quick, since I'm here on the show now hanging out with you guys, I get to bring a little bit of Midwest flavor, right?
Yeah.
We were talking streaks earlier, so just had to throw this one out there. It's off topic slightly, but Carmel High School here, Carmel, Indiana. High school swimming, just real quick since we're talking streaks, 40 straight state championships. It is a national record, 40 straight. So just thought I'd throw that out there for you. It's pretty wild.
Gosh.
But back to this game. Ferris State wins in a close one. Is my thought. I could see a situation here. Ferris State might be trailing a half. It could be one of those, one score games at half, and then Ferris State just kind of comes out in that third quarter, just kind of starts grinding down a little bit. See a scenario where they're up and playing defense, mid late fourth quarter, and just get a big stop on a drive, and that does it. So I think this will be a hell of a game. Recommend anybody, if you can watch it. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch, but I'm going to take Ferris State.
I'm with you. I think this. Yeah, guys. This is a tough one. This is a tough one because we know how good Pittsburgh State is. But I love it though. Speaking about the Midwest, man, Pittsburgh State, the Gorillas are no joke. That's a hell of a program. Oh my gosh, they're good, but I just don't see it, man. I just don't see it. I see these guys having a great game over there in Pittsburgh, Kansas. And this is a good football team, man. I am so excited and just really excited to see who can come out on top of this. But I'm definitely going Bulldogs this one. Let's see what happens. All righty. Next up, last one. And this is a fun one because we're going a little NAIA action here. Reinhardt out of Georgia. These guys are always near and around the playoffs in that top 25. These guys are just an extremely good program. Number 23, Reinhardt, taking on number 7, Lindsey Wilson, the champions the COVID year, by the way. Lindsey Wilson, the Blue Raiders. So Reinhardt, all right. Yes or no? Will Reinhardt's triple option heavy run scheme, which is very good. They took a page right out of freaking Georgia Tech. All right. These suckers, they look good. Will that scheme eclipse 225 rushing against the Blue Raiders front seven? Obviously, we know right now Lindsey Wilson has a stacked front seven. These guys, look, Lindsey Wilson played really well last year. This is a team to start to fear again. Okay, for a couple of years they weren't so good. Here they are, and we're getting a great. That's why I love these lower divisions, man. You get the good stuff right away. You don't got to wait for a while, man. You go right to the top shelf and get the good stuff, and that's what I'm talking about. NAIA, man. Again, 23 at 7. This is a fun game. Let's see what we think. Absolutely not. Yes, that's what I wanted. Absolutely not. Reinhardt has a great running scheme. They do. They're great. They're awesome. But I am such a fan right now of Lindsey Wilson. This defense is looking good. I think they're still going to get over 100 for sure. Somebody is. That's what they do. They run the damn ball. They'll pass every now and then, but they run heavy. They're going to get their yards. But overall, Lindsey Wilson is strong. This is a great football team. I think, they're higher ranked for a reason. I don't know if they're going to take over 225. I don't know if they're going to get over 200, but I'll tell you right now, It's gonna be a great game. And if we're gonna pick them here, I'm gonna go Lindsey Wilson in about a touchdown game. So sounds about fun, We'll see. So let's move forward. Will it be Georgia or Kentucky? Who we taking? Big Mike, what you got?
225 seems a touch high.
Yeah.
I think they'll get their yards.
They will.
But
They will.
225 seems a little bit high with, to your point, a stacked front seven, and we kind of know what the run scheme is here, so you kind of think they're going to be prepared for it.
Yeah.
So they'll get the yards, but I don't think it's going to be that many.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there. Right? Phil Klecker, great head coach. He's got some great assistants there. Daniel Cotter, I believe, is still the defensive coordinator over there. They look good. This is a good football team. I really like what Lindsey Wilson's got going on right now. So, Teran, what you got for us, man? You agreeing or disagreeing?
Yeah, I don't see Ryan against the top 10 team. I don't think Reinhardt is going to be eclipsing 225 rushing yards. I think Lindsey Wilson will. I mean, Reinhardt's going to get their rushing yards, but I don't think they're going to get to 225. Lindsey Wilson would need to have an off game in terms of the run defense. So I will say no.
With you. I think solid. So, all right, guys. Well, there you have it. We're at the half. I know it's like the whole show time already. Sorry, guys, but we'll just go fast in the second half. We'll run the clock. We'll keep a running clock in the second half. But there you guys go. Take a quick break for halftime and come on back. You are watching 3 and Out right here on iSports Radio. Your direct feed for all that is sports. Will be right back with plenty more. The third and the fourth quarter. We got about 9 to 10 more questions around here. We'll go quick. We'll see ya right after this.
1, 2, 3, 4. iSports Radio. Let's kick it. From the Premier League to the Serie A, we're tracking the beautiful game every day. La Liga, Bundesliga, crossing the map, but we bring it right back for the CONCACAF snap. Yeah, the NWSL is setting the pace, and the MLS is running the race. The crowd.
Champions League on the Tuesday night lights.
World Cup summer's reaching incredible heights.
From J-League to Liga MX in the sun.
College pitches where the legends begun.
If the ball is rolling, we're breaking it down. The biggest soccer show in the whole
Champagne and shenanigans, we're taking the pitch. From the local turf to the global switch. iSports Radio, the whistle blows loud. Jess and Big Mike, we're rocking the crowd.
Big Mike! Champagne! Shenanigans! We own the pitch!
Welcome back to 3 and Out right here on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. All right, guys. Again, great show. Another great one there. Big Mike and Jess and Big Mike, however you want to put it. These two have so much fun on air. They're just fun to watch because their conversations are pretty.
Yeah, we try to get some pop culture references in there too, just to freshen it up a little bit. And that's what it's about, right? We're just there to have a little bit of fun and talk a beautiful game.
It really is a beautiful game. Like, it's the beautiful game, which is pretty cool, right? So, yeah, no, I love it. You guys do a great job again. So, again, for all your volleyball needs, man, set point with my man, Teran Rodriguez, Big Mike, Jess, looking great on a Thursday evening, man. These guys look great. Ship Pan Shenanigans. Check out all of our great shows here at iSports Radio. You will not be disappointed, man. So, let's keep it moving, y'all. Like I said, we have a running clock in the second half because I know we took a while that first one, but my bad. It's fun. You get talking football, you get lost. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Let's keep it going here now on to the third quarter. Third quarter up on the screen, and we're having some difficulties here, but we will get it shortly. Hey, there it is. Sweet. All right. So we're in a little bit of FCS football now because this is a fun one. I like this one a lot. West Florida, a little bit of a short story, and I promise I'll keep this as fast as I can. Darren, you and I, man, we started the show when this program started. Big Mike, this is crazy, man. West Florida, the Argos, these guys started as a Division II program in 2016. The very next year of existence, they find themselves in the national championship. They lost. A couple years, I think 2 years later after that, they find themselves in the national championship. They win it. They looked great. They didn't return to the championship. Oh, yeah, they're great. Good stuff. Yep. They didn't return to the championship for a while. However, they continued to be a good, strong team, always in or around the playoffs, somewhere right around. I mean, these guys were always moving past that first round, getting good. There was 1 year where they actually were out in the first round. Regardless, the Argos now are taking that march. Crazy. Wow, this is nuts, man. I mean, these guys are on to Division I single A. Holy crap. I think in 10 years, this team made that jump. So, question, when West Florida walks onto the field to host number 16 Southern Illinois, because that's how you do it. If you're going to go up with the big boys, you're going to get the big boys, the bigger boys, okay, from Southern Illinois in the historic Division I debut. Yes or no? Does the reigning D2 powerhouse pull off an absolute shocker and defend their home turf? Or will it be the opposite? Will it be a welcome moment in a not so welcoming way? Let's find out. It would be, Mike. What you got, buddy?
Cool story. It's going to be a phenomenal atmosphere, and then they're going to get a rude awakening. I'm not going to go against the Salukis, man. I'm not going against the Salukis. I'm going to represent my Midwest on this one. Welcome to the big leagues. Cool, great story. So I don't mean no disrespect at all, but yeah, now that's not to say this West Florida team won't stack up some wins later on in the year or on the next year. Who knows? But no upset. Sorry.
That's it. Sorry, wrong. That's
sorry,
sorry, not sorry. I love it. Hey, the Salukis, man, that's a good program. They got some good stuff, and they're ranked right now. They're playing great football. I know. Poor West Florida. Let's see what happens. So Mike is definitely going backwards. Sack on the play, and it's this is a close one. I'll take it. This one couldn't be a faster one. I'm sorry. No, I love West Florida. Teran, you know how much of a fan I was of these guys when they first started. I was cheering them on. But when you take the jump, sometimes you're going to get the welcome to the NFL moment. The greats, Bo Jackson himself had a welcome to the NFL moment. Okay. It's just what happens. And honestly, guys, I think this is going to be a welcome to the Division I FCS moment. Look, they're good and they're going to fight. They're going to get their punches. But it's one of these, I don't see it happening in this first game. If it was a lower team, my gosh, yes. But they're aiming real high. So, Teran, what you think to finish this off?
Yeah, there's no upset going to be happening. This is basically going to be baptism by fire for West Florida. But I think West Florida making the jump to Division I is awesome. But Southern Illinois, if I recall correctly, weren't they the one that had a deep run in terms of the FCS championship? Either way, Southern Illinois is just more experienced in Division I. So I have them winning.
Good, I get you, and good logic there. No, that was actually the Illinois State Redbirds that made it last year.
Wrong one.
But it's all good. Hey, still a good Illinois team there. I'll tell you, one of them those Midwest boys. If you want, if you would like more Division III Wisconsin football. Now, if it was like, I'm being real with you, if it was North Central or Mount Union, I don't know. I'm just kidding. But good stuff, guys. All right, so let's move it on to the next question. That was a good one. Always a fun one when we talk about these lower divisions again. If you guys haven't gone into these things, listeners out there, check us out. Check it out, man. They always great football there, and we're hoping to get you guys into these things, or into these divisions here. But all right. So let's go ahead and get on in to the NJCAA. A little question here for you guys. This is a fun one because, well, poll disrespect. The poll is out, guys. The NJCAA poll is officially out. Yes or no? Did the voters completely disrespect Mississippi programs by giving 10 out of 10 first place votes to Illinois Western and Hutchinson out of Kansas, making number 3 Northwest Mississippi the most dangerous team in America? That's a fun question because we know these Mississippi teams in the NJCAA. That's the original Last Chance U. Okay, all those Mississippi teams are nasty. Are we overlooking? Are those coaches overlooking just because Iowa Western or Hutchinson are both so good, or are they delusional? Are the real deal the two teams that have been going back and forth for the last like 5 or 6 years? Let's see. Let's see what we get here. What do we got? Oh, Darren, what you got, buddy? What you got?
If we're talking NJCAA, I would say no. I don't think there's any disrespect to the Mississippi programs. I mean, Iowa Western and Hutchinson are the 1A, 1B of the entire NJCAA. I don't think any team has had an answer for them. The only teams that have had an answer for them are themselves. So until anyone finds an answer and beats Hutchinson or Iowa Western, it's deserving that they get the first place votes, and everyone else is going to have to play catch up. So I don't think there was any disrespect for the Mississippi programs.
Solid answer. I like it. All right, let's see who will be next. Barely. All right, I'll take it. 100% agree. Yeah, we're going backwards on this one. There is no disrespect whatsoever. Actually, we're going forward. I'm sorry. There is no disrespect whatsoever in this one. How can you disrespect two programs that have been dominating the last 5 or 6 years? Mississippi's been good. They've produced some great Mississippi Gulf Coast, East Mississippi, Northwest Mississippi. They've all looked good, but none of them have done what Hutchinson and Iowa Western have done. So nice trying. But I think those two teams are still as potent as advertised. Big Mike, take us home. You trying to go for it here, or are you just going to say punt?
Am I allowed just to make a general statement that I think some of the voters in these polls are just absolutely stupid? Is that fair?
Oh,
but not in this case.
I'm
going to say in some of the other ones, some of the other divisions and whatever, which I'm sure we'll talk about. If not this week, probably next.
Sorry.
But no disrespect here. I mean, these two teams are like you both said, past 5, 6 years, whatever it's been, just they're cream of the crop. They're head and shoulders above everybody else in my eyes. So no disrespect, none at all. It's just like, okay, y'all give me something to where I could potentially vote for you to put you at that level. But until that happens, no. So no disrespect.
Right there. We all go 1, 2, 3, punt that sucker. That's exactly that's all they're gonna get. I'm sorry. I just don't see it. I'm sorry. You can't. He said so stupid. A couple years ago, Big Mike, we had some funny stuff happen in Division 3. We had a team get blown out like 90-something to 0, and the team that lost somehow got a vote.
Oh yeah. It was like, I do remember. I think it was like 49-0. It was Trine.
It was a Trine University in Division 3, and somebody put in the comments under the poll. What did they say, Terry?
Someone must have been who gave Trine a first place vote, and then they had a facepalm emoji. Yeah,
and somebody said somebody has a friend somewhere.
Yeah, you were the one that said somebody has a friend, somebody has a buddy,
somebody has a friend. Like, I'm sorry. Oh no, yeah. Sometimes these votes are like
have that little clip.
Oh, that was a funny clip. I would love to watch that one day and just laugh extremely. Yeah, that was pretty funny. So, all right, guys, moving on to the next one, Division 2. Whoopsies, I didn't scroll it. Oh no, we didn't scroll it. Okay, let's scroll it. Here we go. Off to Division 2 again. Number 5, Minnesota State Mankato. Oh, hey, I think Big Mike might know these guys. Mankato. They're taking on Northwest Missouri State, the Bearcats. That team has been historic. They are a solid Division 2 team, a team that I think could compete in the FCS today, just like West Florida. Yes or no? Does Northwest Mississippi State pull off the top 5 upset at home to open up the season against Minnesota State Mankato? Which, that's a fair question because Mankato is fairly new to the upper echelon of D2. I haven't seen them up there ever, so let's see. It's big Midwest man for the Midwest question.
Did I see 2 mics on that wheel?
Oh
Wait,
crap!
yeah,
Whoopsies!
I was like,
I
wait a
did.
minute, am I seeing
Whoopsies!
double?
Whoopsies! I did.
Oh,
Yep,
hey,
I did.
I'll take it. I'll take it anyway. Who cares?
Well, sorry, I somehow put that, yeah, but we'll take it. We'll take that. So, okay, what you got? What you got?
Missouri State pull off the top 5 upset at home. How about no? No.
No, he's
Look, I think this will be one of these games. I'm not disrespecting Missouri State here at all. I could see where Missouri State can hang with them for a half, maybe a little bit longer, but I think full 4 quarters. Nope.
Good answer. Good answer. I think we all know where I'm going to go in this one. So we're going backwards. That's a sack on the play. We are going backwards a few yards here. And let's see, now that we don't have 2 mics up there. Oh, it's a close one. Nope, I'll take it. All right. Yeah, as much as I don't want to, I don't want to sound mean, but yeah, I just don't see it either. I don't. Look, I mean, it'd be cool. I know they've been historic. They've been solid. But they're not even ranked. They haven't been. I mean, they were ranked, last year at some point. But Mankato, we've seen them last year climb. And this team, they said they're fairly new to this upper echelon. And you know what? I think they're gonna flex a little bit. So good stuff. I like it. Definitely going to no in this one. Because I just don't see it happening. I think Mankato's gonna flex a little bit. Teran, what you got for us?
I mean, you're asking an unranked team to pull off a top 5 win at home. So I'm going to say no as well. Minnesota State, Mankato obviously has to have something going on in terms of being talented. Northwest Missouri State could probably keep it close, but I just don't see them pulling off the upset. They would have to catch themselves on a really good day, and they have to catch MSM on one of their worst games of history. So I say no upset.
Yeah, good stuff. Again, it's a good one. It's a fun question to throw on there, a little curveball question. But again, I think we all knew the answer pretty quickly. So, all right, next question. We're going back to the NFL here. And let me fix it real quick. Going back to the NFL, and well, this question is one of you may have a lot of fun with this. I don't know who, but we'll find out. All right, Tua Tagovailoa. You knew he was going to show up at some point during this show. Okay, you knew it. I mean, at some point in these first couple of weeks, Tua Tagovailoa went 3 of 5 for 22 yards with all targets forced to Kyle Pitts, because who else are they going to throw to? And a fumbled snap under pressure. Yes or no? Is Kevin Stefanski's offensive line, if Kevin Stefanski's offensive line can't hold up in basic pass protection, does his entire game plan become completely irrelevant? And basically, the other side to this is Tua still that elusive guy who's willing to do all of this to actually make that offensive line go away, or not irrelevant, but make them less of a factor? Or, oh my gosh, is it going to be a freaking crap show? Let's find out. Let's see. It's a fun question. This is a funny one, kind of, in my opinion. So, I'm sorry, I had jerk. Sorry, Teran, give it to us, man.
Well, I wouldn't say it's completely irrelevant. You also got to remember, maybe the opponent's defense was just on one, but why are we just giving the ball to only Kyle Pitts? Don't they have like Drake London or any other receivers? Like, spread the love. So I don't think this is all on Kevin Stefanski. I just think that the entire game plan, I think it's still relevant, and it's still preseason. You just got to work out the kinks, and it's a new quarterback. But Tua's got to have some more awareness on who he's throwing to, and he's got to have awareness in terms of throwing the ball as well, in terms of trying to find other targets. I think this is the game. I know why we're talking about this, just because Michael Penix Jr. had the meme where I think he turned Tua into a meme where where Penix just pointed to Tua. He was like, so to answer this question, no, I think his game plan is still relevant.
Sick. Okay, no, you know what? Okay, let's see. That's okay. You're being positive, actually. I'm sorry. You're being positive. I'll take that. You're going positive yardage here. All right. You know what? Let's see it. Let's see it. All right. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? It's so close. No, I will take this one. And mine is very simple. Sack, interception. I'm sorry. Ask the Dolphins. It didn't work out very well. I like Tua. He's a nice guy, but I think we've seen all we need to see. And I agree, Teran, to a point, but it just, I don't know. I think the entire thing's going to fall apart. Offensive line needs to get it together, or he's going to, oh my gosh, poor guy. When the concussions piled up over, there's a reason why that happened to him, guys. This is what happens when you don't protect quarterbacks. This is what happens when you get a guy who retires like Andrew Luck. Oh, am I going too far? I'm sorry. Big Mike, finish it off.
No, you're not going too far at all. That's just what inept leadership in an organization will do. That's why he's not playing in the league anymore. And this is where I say I don't think Tua should be either. Not because I don't like the guy.
Yeah.
Cool story coming out. You know, what he did in Bama, all that was cool. But how many times has dude been concussed now? Like, I lost track. And now you're just messing with your life at this point. But that's probably a side argument. I don't think this affects Stefanski at all. Really, I just don't think Tua is that great at this level. I just don't. And obviously, this gets brought up at Falcons Colts today, preseason game, 1:00. I got the notification on my phone. They're like, get here early, heavy traffic. I'm like, whatever for a preseason game. Come on. But look, I mean, we saw him, they had 2 days of joint practice here. Tua looked terrible. Wasn't forcing the ball. I mean, yeah, he had one with Drake London. That was a nice little matchup with him and Sauce Gardner, this week. But Sauce Gardner seemed to get the better of it. But London did have some couple good plays too. So to be fair, I think it's obviously got to protect your quarterback, but I just don't know that Tua's got the reads with the right speed. There's the mechanics there, and you can't put all that on the coach.
Right there with you. I hate to say it. That's why we're gonna punt this sucker. It was nice, good start by Teran. I love the optimism, but it's true. I hate to say it, but I like Tua a lot.
I do too.
It's just
Dolphins should have drafted Justin Herbert. They would have never been in this situation had this happened.
But neither would the Chargers be in their situation right now.
That's true.
And I think you like that situation.
That's another topic for another day. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so that's a good one there. So, all right, guys, that is it. We are done with the third quarter. We got to that in like 10 minutes. That was pretty good. So, okay, let's see if we can do it again for the fourth. Take one more break before we're out of here, about another 2-minute, and then that's it, guys. We're on to that end of the game here. A couple more questions left in our show, and that is that you are watching 3 and Out right here on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that sports. We'll be right back after our final break of the show.
The best seat in the house where the future is made.
every minor league season. For the latest in the California League with Larry B and Freddie B on IE Sports Radio. Keep that dirt flying, and we'll see you next pitch.
Welcome back to 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We appreciate you guys, man, for being here. Tons of listeners, as always. We thank you guys for showing up, being a part of this, and just, again, a lot goes into the show. We appreciate you also very much for tuning into all of our shows and checking us out here at IE Sports Radio. So it means the world to us. Thank you for all of your guys' views and the comments and all the fun stuff throughout the whole network. Again, these guys will tell you, not the easiest thing to do. But honestly, we just love to do it. So we appreciate you guys for those of you who are, jumping in and being a part of it.
Absolutely.
So that's right. That's right. We're doing it. So, all right, here we go, guys. Fourth quarter time. We got a few more questions left here in our show. Let's do this, man. Couple of weeks, we're going to be right here during college game day, basically, and we're kicking off in about 5 minutes. So crazy, right? I mean, we're just getting closer and closer. These are all practice shows. So I think, again, some duly noted things. And here it is, fourth quarter, alive and well. Let's do it. Going back to the NJCAA, guys. Yes or no? Number 4, Tyler. Oh, my gosh, was Tyler. The Apaches are one hell of a team. Oh, my gosh, they're great. This is fun because this is exactly the question that I've been asking myself since last year ended because of how close it's getting closer. Number 4, Tyler, junior college. Number 6, Georgia Military, another freakishly good school. Number 8, Coffeyville, who has really improved. Okay. Is there a clear-cut single best bet on the board capable of crashing the Iowa Western versus Hutchinson playoff party? Again, we all know those two are gonna be there. And as we always say, beat them. They're going to keep winning. Somebody needs to beat them, or they're just going to keep doing what they've been doing, and they don't have a problem with that. They're completely fine with that. Who is going to step up and be like, nah, the same exact way that they did to the previous camps before? I'm just saying, who's going to do it, or are these guys going to keep dominating? This is a fun question because, again, we've also seen teams for a good minute stay on top just because nobody else could match them. So let's see, guys. Oh, it would be me too. All right, I'll lead us off. And when I say this, it's getting closer. It's getting closer. The gap is getting closer. Tyler, yes, they played so well last year. They took Iowa Western or the Hutch. What is it? I don't know. They played strong. These guys have had great years. Georgia Military, they're there. They're not there yet, but they're there. We see them. They're on the radar. Okay, Coffeyville. I would have laughed at this like 5 years ago, but a lot can change in that time. Coffeyville is actually a very serious contender right now. They're a good football team. But are they beating either of these teams? I want it. I really do want to say it could happen this year, but I can't help it. Hutch, Iowa Western right now, they're too good. They're playing at a great level. Could it happen this year? Could somebody get knocked off? Definitely. Are we going to see at least one more year of these two? I think so. It's a tough one. And maybe you guys disagree with that. Maybe you think there's going to be some new blood in here this year. And I'd love to see what you guys got to say. I got to go backwards on this play a little bit, though. It's a fun one. It's a great topic, but I just say one more year at least because the gap is closing. But, man, the Hutch and Iowa Western are still chock full of talent. We'll see, though. Maybe we have somebody optimistic about an upset here this year. Let's do it. Let's do it. What do we got? Oh, it's Mike. What you got, buddy?
I'm kind of with you, Larry. I want to say somebody, but no, not yet. Our opinions could change as we get, quarter or halfway through the season, perhaps, and maybe a Tyler. We could be like, holy crap, maybe they can do it.
Tyler looked good.
Right now, I gotta say no.
Backwards.
Yep.
It's yes. That's all I gotta say. I said all I could say earlier. Mike, you said it. They're too damn good. Teran, you're the ender here. You got some optimism for us, or is this a no?
No, like I said earlier, until someone finds the answer to beat Iowa Western or Hutchinson, I think it's just gonna be those two. Tyler, I still have faith in, and maybe Georgia Military, but I just think that there's no team that has the answer for Hutchinson and Iowa Western. Can I also just say, Coffeyville might have maybe the best school name out there, because every time I read that name or see that name or hear that name, I'm thinking that it's like a city that specializes in coffee, but it's like, oh wait, no, it's a school that is it's a school name. I got it. Sorry, I had to throw that out there.
You're too funny, man. Coffeyville Community College, or however they call it, man. There's 3 seasons that sucker out in Kansas. Kansas loves their junior college football, as you can tell. Hutchinson's one of those good schools too, from Kansas. So great stuff, man. And again, just loving the Midwest stuff here. All right, guys. Well, there's one question in, and to me, that's a good one. That was a fun one because it's true. I think we're at that point to where you can see the changing of the guard here. I just don't know how soon it'll be. And again, we don't know. We don't know because some of these schools can stay up top for a good minute. So we've seen it. Okay, so we got to go back to a little bit of high school football here because, well, we're just going to have some fun ones here talking about, again, just really fast, this topic again. We got to go back to St. John Bosco. So St. John Bosco put up 28 second half points against an elite defense. Yes or no? Will St. John Bosco run the table through the Trinity League and still reach the California Open Division State Championship? This is a fun one because we'll see. They got to run through Mater Dei, and that's not going to be easy. Okay, St. John Bosco already got a little bit exposed with Bishop Gorman. You know, do they make it? Because obviously, even if they're not national championship, even if they're not national champions, they can still win the Trinity League. League play hasn't even started yet. You know, right? I mean, we're far away from that.
Right.
Can St. John Bosco get it together, be able to actually knock off Mater Dei this year and everybody else in Trinity League, and go and win at least a state title, even a national title? Okay, unless Bishop Gorman just falls to the ground, okay, at some point in this year, which I do not see happening. Okay, unless the Mater Dei thing happens, because lots of wrenches in the gears here. We'll see. That could happen, but let's take a look. Let's see. What are we thinking, guys? Here we go. Oh my gosh, it would be me again. I'll take it. All right. Will Bosco run the table? From what I saw last night, I like him. I like him a lot. The guys, I'm going to go with it early. I think Mater Dei knocks these guys off this year. Bosco, and again, I know it's just week 1. Coach Negro's a great coach, but Mater Dei is not. Mater Dei is the kind of team that it's like a beach ball when you hold it, like a really big beach ball underwater. And we've heard this a million times over, right? You've heard it so many times with different analogy, this analogy is used for different things. Mater Dei is that you can hold underwater for just a little bit, but at some point in time, it's going to shoot back up. And when it shoots up, the longer it's underwater and the harder you push it down, the higher it's going to shoot back up. I think Mater Dei is on that right now. They're somewhere between being held down and shooting back up at the moment. All I know is St. John Bosco better not play the way they did last night because they played good. Yeah, 28 second half points. Where was that in the first? So I'm going to go negative. I think Mater Dei, if it stays the way it looked last night, Mater Dei has something to say about this. And I think Mater Dei wins an Open here in California. So that's where I'm at. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it. Teran looks a little different. I like this. Interested to see what Teran's got to say here. But all right, what we got? Mike going to have some fun with this one. Mike going to throw a good wrench in the gears here. And it's going to be Mike. All right.
Let's go.
What you got for us, buddy?
Well, I'm looking at this a couple of different ways. We take last night's game, and yeah, Gorman had a great first half defensively. Did they get a little comfortable in the second half? And is that why Bosco got all those points? You can also look at it through a lens of sometimes, and coaches hate hearing this, but I think as fans, we can kind of back this at least to a degree. Sometimes a loss isn't a bad thing, especially when it's early. So this could be one of those losses that just kind of slapped him in the face and it's like, oh, wait a minute here. And that could wake him up. I did look at their schedule. Their schedule doesn't look to be super easy. They got some. I don't know they're going to run the table. I think a lot to ask. But does that mean they're not hoisting a trophy at the end of the season? Absolutely not.
Woo!
So I'm not going to give up on them yet. I think they're still one hell of a team. They're going to make a hell of a lot of noise. But for them to run the table the rest of the way, I don't think so. That's hard to do. It doesn't matter how good you are or whatnot. That's just hard to do. But these guys aren't going away at the same time.
Sack on the play. I'll take it. Another one. I'll take it. All right, Teran. You've been itching, I think, since this one came out. What you got for us, buddy?
Well, you all got to remember that Bosco still has a lot of talent on the team. Remember, they got Koamala Ulu, they got DJ Tubbs, they got Dorian Franklin, Jashawn Schaefer, DJ Lacey. They got a lot of good young talent, good returning talent as well. David Plunkett III, that's someone else you got to keep an eye out for. And then David Lee, their running back. To the point of what Mike made, they do have a tough schedule. And Mater Dei, you mentioned Mater Dei. There's some other good teams that could probably knock them off, like Santa Margarita.
Yeah.
Even though they do have a new quarterback, they have Fletch Palmer at quarterback, which if you put two and two together, you know who he is. And don't sleep on Orange Lutheran, because that's a solid team right there. I know Orange Lutheran lost to Central of Miami yesterday, but they have a really good coaching staff in Ray Fenton coming from Los Alamitos, who I covered. So I will say Bosco doesn't run the table. They could still win the CIF Southern Section Division I championship, because they're always going to be a contender. But they now got to get this losing off their back, because with all due respect to them, they're picking up where they're left off, but not in a good way, because you can't afford to be down 28-0 against a team like Gorman, or 21-0.
No,
like you can get away with that against other teams, maybe in your section, but against a team like Gorman, it ain't gonna fly. Or Mater Dei, or Centennial, or Sierra Canyon, or any of those teams.
And you're totally right. And just to loop this one back together, I love it. Mike, you brought it up. Great points there. Teran, great points. Yeah, and I know anybody, Coach Negro will look at me right now and be like, shut up. And you know what? That's fine. I get it.
He's humble.
He's a great guy. He's a great guy. And look, it's just last night said a lot. And again, we all know one day from the next, you got to play better. And last night, you're right. I think Big Mike said, oh my gosh, that's going to stay in my head for a good, because this is the truth. Sometimes a loss isn't a bad thing. Unfortunately, it's going to take away what you really wanted. But realistically, it could end up being something to give you something, to carry on and make it happen.
And if they can hoist a trophy at the end of the season,
trophy.
They really will be that mad about a quote unquote mythical national championship, but people call it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's not even a real, it's there, but it's not, and there's like several national champions. The USA Today poll. Obviously, we follow the Max Preps. I love Max Preps. Been following them for a long time. CBS Sports has their poll. So they could be national champions of the Cracker Jack box. You know what I mean? We don't know. I mean, General Mills national champions. You know what I mean? Be on some cereal boxes, but no, I'm with you guys. But I will say that
national champions.
Trinity League is nasty. Trinity League is nasty as it gets. And Olu, man. Oh my gosh, Olu. We talked about them last year. Orange Lutheran will fight anybody. They'll play anybody in the country. They may not win, but they will fight you. And they will schedule you. They will fight you. So again, I like that. All right, guys. Couple more questions here in the show. Let's get on out of this one and do a whoopsies. I don't know where that one went. FCS question here. This is a fun one. So this one says, when Idaho, the team that doesn't look so bad from falling from the FBS to the FCS, because again, the Red Flash fell all the way to Division III this year, making a new record. But when Idaho travels to San Luis Obispo, slow if you will, to face Cal Poly in that massive Big Sky opener, because it's a pretty fun game. Yes or no, does the Vandals defense completely pitch a tent and shut down the Mustangs to start 1-0? Again, this is a good football game. 1-0 team here. with the Vandals. You know, they look like they're going to make it happen. They're a good team. They used to be FBS. They still recruit well. They're a good, strong team. But 1-0 means a lot. Okay, 1-0 means a lot, as we are talking about right now. 1-0 for Bishop Gorman, I think, means a whole lot. They got all the confidence they need right now. Does find a way to slow down the Vandals? Or do you think this is just like, oh my gosh, the freaking San Luis Obispo Mustangs? What? Or the Broncos or Mustangs, Teran? I know
Mustangs.
Mustangs.
The Broncos are Cal
Poly
Pomona.
Pomona. I know.
Poly Slow is the Mustangs.
Sister schools, same color, same mascot, almost different horse. I mean, but you guys know with the Broncos, you guys know, right? Colts, Broncos, good.
Yes.
They're horses. No, but so let's see, guys. What are you guys thinking? Idaho looking good. Remember, 1-0, 1-0 is the goal. This is a fun one. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? I'll take it. You know, Idaho has been looking good over the years, but golly, man. You know, I think the Vandals are going to win this game, but I don't care. For the sake of them putting it out in the atmosphere, something good has to happen to Slow, man. They've had years where they haven't been so great. They look good for the first time in a while. You know what? Even if I'm wrong, I don't give a crap. Slow wins. Let's see if these guys can start off 1-0. If they win this game, which I doubt they do, but I'm still pulling for them. If they happen to win this game, you know what a spark that'll be for this team. Like, they might end up. That confidence is all you need sometimes, man. I'm telling you.
No,
you
for sure.
So I'm going to go with the upset here. I'm going. It sounds so stupid because I don't even believe myself. But I don't care. I just want to have fun with this one. We got to have a fun one every show. So do the Vandals completely shut down the Mustangs? I'm going to go completely backwards and say that the Mustangs pull an upset, even though I know they're not going to. All right. So stupid stuff. I don't care. You got to be silly sometimes. I'm sorry. Because what if they do it? Oh my gosh. What if they do it? But again, the Vandals are probably going to win this one, but is it a complete shutout? Because Cal Poly has been on the up and up. What do we got? It's Big Mike. What do we got, buddy?
I have been itching this entire show to go with an upset,
Yes!
but I can't.
Ah! I know.
I can't.
I know.
I do think this game could be more competitive than some would give it credit for. I can't pick the upset here, guys. I'm sorry. As much as it would be fun to do, and you know, if they win, cool. I eat some crow, whatever, great. But I don't see it. I'm thinking of Vandals.
Yeah, it is kind of silly. Like I said, in reality, the Vandals are going to win this game. It's not going to be no upset. But will it be a shutout? No. I think the Mustangs are going to get some licks.
No, it won't be a shutout. Shutouts are too damn hard anyway. I mean, they really are.
Yeah.
Even if you get up 45-0, you start pulling players, and then there's like garbage time scores at the end. And so a true shutout's really hard to do.
Agreed. And again, this is what the question's about, an upset. So I'm with you, Mike. I don't think it's going to be an upset. I mean, I think it's going to be a complete shutout. Darren, what you got, man? We got a little bit of optimism there where we went backwards on sacks all day. Actually, no, we went forward. I said an upset, so that's really forward. Mike says there's going to score some points. Do you take us backwards? Do you think the Vandals are going to shut these guys out?
You know what? I'm going to say they do.
Whoa, let's go.
This is going to sound biased, but honestly, I did hear that a player that I covered who is really talented, Josiah Lamarque, is going to be coming back. Last year, he unfortunately got hurt and he couldn't play, but now he's going to be coming back, and he's going to be high. I think he's high on the wide receiver depth chart. If not, he'll be a kickoff returner, and he was really good. He's a speedster. So I honestly think that Cal Poly can and will pull off the upset, but it's going to be a grinded out game. But I'm fully confident in Cal Poly, especially my boy Josiah Lamarque.
Okay.
And honestly, Cal Poly does have some studs on their team. It's just
They do.
Yeah, it's just all a matter of they gotta put the correct product onto the field. So and they also gotta stay healthy. So
right.
I think it's definitely possible, and I definitely think it'll happen.
You know what? There you go. Again,
Nice.
this is fun. This is gonna be a fun one, guys. I want to see it. I want to see this game. Again, I don't know. We got 2 more questions, man. We'll make them fast. But next one, we're going back to the NFL one more time, man. Cam Ward looked like a rookie against backups. Kind of was. But anyway, whatever. Rushed mechanics, sped up clock, 5 for 12, 57 yards. Yes or no? When protecting isn't pristine in the pros, do college improvisations ultimately fail to translate? And this is the question for the ages, because we just talked about it earlier with Tua in a different kind of a way. Network is outright saying it. This is a fun one. So I'm very interested to see what you 2 gentlemen have to say about this one. So here we go. Second to last question of the show before we're out here today, y'all. Thanks for tuning in again. It's been a fun one. And there it is.
Not randomized, right? It's not random anymore.
I know, right? When protection isn't pristine is the underlined words for me. Okay. Anywhere, not even just in the pros. When it's not pristine, yeah, it's going to be harder. But in the pros, does it make it irrelevant? Yes. I'm sorry. Yeah, you can be the greatest running, scrambling quarterback in the history of scrambling quarterbacks, all the way from backyard football to high school to college, wherever you are, because we've even seen it. How many guys actually go from even Division 1 to the professional? You get 300 guys going to the freaking combine. Okay, that's it. Which means that out of like all the 136 or something like that D1 programs out there, single A, like 1% of them even go. Okay, and that's like under 1%, which tells you a lot. Even if you get D1, there's a big chance you're still probably not going professional. It is what it is. And a lot of those guys know that. They're just happy they get a scholarship to get a degree, to get a good job. I love that. And they played the game and got to say they wore the jersey and be out there and play. And that's awesome. Maybe win a bowl game. Fun stuff. But at the end of the day, when you have that slim pickings, when you have monsters that are 6'5", 6'4", 300 and closing in on 300 pounds, playing defensive end that can run like a 4.6, okay? Even if you're a quarterback that runs a 4.2 or 4.3, I'm sorry, but your 4.3 gets cut short when you have to juke somebody and take a little bit of split second because that big dude's going to catch you. I'm just saying, you need, again, that I think today's episode should have been subtitled, O-line or something with the offensive line.
No shine.
That's it. Yeah, because you need protection, and that's all there is to it. So does it dwindle? Yes, in my opinion, 100%. Yeah, I couldn't agree more with this. I'm going first and 10. We're moving the sticks in this one. But that's where I'm at. I agree. But again, what do you think, guys? There is some talent out there that could actually challenge this and be like, this dude's just so damn elusive. I don't think it matters. But even like Lamar Jackson, I don't know. But he still has a decent offensive line. Oh my gosh, it was barely by a hair, Teran. What do we got, buddy?
Yeah, you need all the protection you can get, because something else to note is that improvisation, aka quarterback keepers, won't always hold up, just because a quarterback puts himself at risk in terms of running the ball, just because their legs could eventually wear out and injuries could happen. So yeah, I think improvisations are ultimately fail to translate, and this is basically the NFL. This isn't college. It's a whole different beast.
Completely agree. I just feel like that's the one. So yeah, I think we all got it, guys, and that's it. Completely agree.
Yeah. Ultimately, at the end of the day, yeah, but I will kind of put a little asterisk to it. Start talking about this question started with Cam Ward. Obviously, Colts fan, see him twice a year. I think he's going. I still think he's going to be all right. I still think he has a shot to be okay. Now, am I saying he's going to win 4 Super Bowls and be a first ballot Hall of Fame kind of guy? No, I'm not going down that road. But I think the dude's got some talent, and so I think he'll be around for a bit, and I think he'll get better. Obviously, you talked about the speed earlier, Larry. Doesn't matter how quick you are. You're talking about these big defensive ends. And don't forget, too, the interior line of that D line. You got, I mean, I'm going to be biased here again. Colts have somebody named DeForest Buckner, right?
Yeah.
The dude's like 6'8". His reach is like 30 feet. It's insane because he's such a giant. I mean, he just gets through, just sticks his arm out, and I don't care how fast you are. His reach is so long, you're going down. Like, he doesn't have to run this fast because it's just these guys are so big and powerful and strong, to your point. And these guys come freshly out of college or a year or 2 years in, whatever. It's hard to adjust to that big power and that speed that these guys have. It just is.
I mean,
and
30 feet.
It takes time. And I know we're in a society where everybody wants everything right now.
Yeah.
But that's actually kind of to that point why I think Cam Ward still has got to be pretty decent.
Definitely agree with that. 100% agree with that. And I mean, Cam Ward was the example here because obviously of what's the Titans have just been the dumpster fire. I think you know something about those guys.
Yeah. We kind of enjoy that, not gonna lie.
And they have been, but yeah, and it's kind of funny because Big Mike said a 2-story house, 30 feet, and it's kind of funny because he's having fun and exaggerating, but he's kind of not.
Right.
Because DeForest Buckner will catch you. Like,
you didn't have to run that fast. Your reach is out because it's just when you're that big. I mean,
yeah.
I dude's a monster. I saw him at training camp last year. Stood like basically right next to the guy. It's a scary dude. Nice, super nice dude. Scary dude.
He's huge. He's huge. And no, definitely, man. That's why we raved earlier about the offensive line for the Eagles because again, I don't care who you got back there. You need to protect him because you got 11. You're not winning that by yourself. I'm sorry. So ask all these teams ask the Raiders who still don't have the horrible offensive line, but you continue to bring in GM competence. I'm sorry, but yeah, continue to bring in all these stars. You're forgetting about the protection. I'm sorry. Should have brought the protection plan. Should have. You break one of these, that's going to cost you a couple thousand.
Right?
Don't be stupid.
Right.
Protect. All right, guys. Last question. This is a football question. It has nothing to do with any of this. This has nothing to do with all of them and everything to do with all of them. Actually, it has everything to do with all of them. Final question of the day before we wrap it up, y'all. Yes or no? Is it entirely impossible to accurately evaluate quarterbacks carving up a vanilla cover 3 zones? Okay, vanilla cover 3 zones, simple little cover 1, cover 2, cover 1, 2, whatever your signals are. Those were ours. In September, when real starting defenses are hiding their disguise packages, basically saying, I know we went from 4 games to 3 games in the preseason, but is it really fair? Basically, like, the more we see, is it truly fair to give strong evaluations in training camp? But again, I know it's kind of hard. This is really hard because sometimes you get what you think you got, and other times you might have a dude that's really, really good. That's just really good. Which is great. But you also have a guy where you're like, I like that guy. Look at what he did in the preseason. Then it's like game 2, he gets a chance, or it might even start him, and he's like horrible because now this is where the fun happens. And in college, this happens all the time. But in the pros, in the preseason, not everyone's a unit. We're barely. You're getting a bunch of guys from just everywhere, right? And we're coming together, and we're not a unit yet. You get a bunch of guys who are trying to get their shot. In college, you're a unit because it's those 11 with some backups that flip in and around that know each other and practice together. In the NFL, you're getting in where you fit in, and you're trying to impress. Sometimes it doesn't always look the best because you don't even know the dude's who to your right to you his name. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, how is it? I don't know how else you would evaluate, but it's a fun question to ask because it's like, do we really see the true evaluation in the first couple of weeks? Hence the reason why some teams start out kind of crappy or whatever. Or do you guys think, no, these are pros? This is the process. There's really no other way to do it. And we find out what we find out. So this is a fun question. I mean, it could go either way. Obviously, there is no wrong answer for this one, or not wrong answer, but weird answer, because I think they're relevant. But it's a fun question to ask. Just opinion. And it's Mike.
Back to randoming. Let's go. Okay, so let's talk through this real fast here. Entirely possible to accurately evaluate quarterbacks with these type of defenses. Impossible, no. Because here's a couple things. Yes, you're talking like first team defense, disguising speed, all that stuff. You have to adjust to that, but you can still have some accurate evaluations. So, for example, release of the ball. How quick is the quarterback getting rid of it? You know, location. When you go to the wide receivers, where's that ball going? You can look at things like how's the quarterback throw the deep ball? Is getting too much air under it, or not? Or is he throwing a strike, or is he throwing a right litter where it's like a pop fly to center field?
Yeah.
So things like that, I still think you can evaluate and see. You also look at the quarterback's footwork, things like that. How they're planning when they're throwing the ball, things like that. Which, again, coming out of college and the pros, whatever you think they have most of those mechanics down, but there's always still fine tuning of those things. So I will say it's impossible, but yes, I mean the things like the speed is something they have to adjust to and work on. We're seeing the ones and defensive schemes and whatnot. So learning to read that can be a little bit challenging, but I think the other aspects of it, you can still get some decent evaluation.
And you know what? That's a fair answer. That is a fair answer. So good stuff there, Mike. But way to really answer that one in like the best total way. I don't even know if I could follow that. Damn. I'm probably gonna have to.
I got faith in y'all.
And you will.
And I will follow it. You know what, guys? That's going to be it for the wheel today. That's over with. But I will say, I think you hit it on the head, man. Look, there is no other way to evaluate, guys. There isn't. You get a preseason, you get training camp. What do you do? Because this is a question I've heard a lot. I've read it on social media. I had a discussion like this with some peers of mine, some colleagues of mine. These are, you love talking football. You hear, but realistically, gentlemen, it's the truth. What other way do you do it? Look, if you go too hard in training camp, this year, I don't know about you guys, but I have seen more injuries in training camp than I've seen in a couple of years.
I feel like we say that every year.
I know.
Yeah, I feel like that's the same thing. I think that was the case last year.
Yeah. And guys, I mean, we dudes are coming in, and it's crazy because you're like, oh my gosh, they're gone for the season. There goes their knee, and then they play in a year, and they're not the greatest. They wash out, they're done, and before you know it, you don't even remember who their name was. You look back at like drafts from like 10 years ago, and you're like, Shane Ray. Hey, I remember that name. What happened to that guy? Oh, and you hate to say it.
Yep.
Shane Ray is a great guy, great player, but it happens, and I can think of a whole bunch of other names. There's been some good names, but Vernon Golston. I remember when he came in. He wasn't I'm just saying. I don't know if he got hurt, but look, all I know is there's been names that are like, oh yeah, we anticipated, and then guess what? So yeah, Big Mike, I'm gonna piggyback, man. I just don't. There's no other way to evaluate because what do? Do you go too hard and get guys hurt, or do you try your absolute best to get the most accurate? Putting the ones out there every single time, ones versus ones and everything like that, and then lose your team. Then you look like an idiot as a head coach. You lost players. You're probably going to get fired now because, they're handing you the keys and you're just wrecking the car. You know what I mean? Like, you don't do that. So I love it. It's a fun question, but yeah, I agree, Mike. I mean, you get best you can out of this process and you do what you feel you can, because honestly, guys, the injuries come from just coaches really trying to get that best evaluation, and these guys are getting a ton of reps. Sometimes freak accidents happen. They get hurt on the first rep. It can happen, okay? But sometimes a lot of it just comes into, a lot of it trickles down to they're just out there a lot, and they're not playing. These aren't meaningful reps. They're out there to give somebody else a look, even though they're the number one on the other side. You know what I mean? So it's true. I mean, what do you do? So, Teran, finish it up for us, man.
Yeah, you can't really evaluate when it comes to that sort of thing, just because you need to see the entire package. You see the one starters, and this is kind of the troublesome thing with preseason as well, because you don't want to lose your top players before the real thing starts. But at the same time, you don't want them to be rusty to the point where they're going to come out sluggish, lethargic in week one against a team that might actually be experienced in terms of that has a lot of reps and so forth. So, yeah, I don't really think you can like carving up vanilla cover 3 zones does not evaluate anything. You just have to see the real deal. You have to see the real starters, the real schemes, the real feel, and basically the real emotions from teams that actually want to win these games that actually count. Whereas preseason, it's like, man, it's preseason, no biggie.
You gotta get the best evaluation you can, but you can't destroy your team while trying to get that evaluation, because when you get to the season, there is no season. So I agree.
Right.
So it's a fun question to talk about. Gentlemen, you have been amazing. Today we went really over. That was my fault for the beginning. And, tried to have some fun with everything with all of the high school. But next week, again, just stuff to fix up. August is still preseason for us, too. We'll have this thing really stapled down in a couple of weeks. But again, you guys have been amazing. Big Mike, Teran Rodriguez, any last thoughts? Mike, we'll start with you, good sir. Anything else you want to put out there?
I would say, hey, we're week 2 of the NFL preseason, so go take in some games of your teams and whatnot, see what you like, or what I might make you hopeful, if you will. We're all trying to be optimistic this time of year, right? Seeing if our teams can actually do anything. I'm not so optimistic, but hey, I'd love to be wrong. I know, Larry, I think you feel the same way. No, I would just say go out, take in those games, enjoy the fact it's we're almost there,
Agreed.
Almost there. Enjoy it. Fun show today, gentlemen, as always. And also, since we talk a lot of high school football in here, it is such a cheap ticket to go watch some good local high school football. Friday nights, I'm telling you, long work week. Nice way to go unwind and watch some really, really good talent there. So if you have a chance, have an opportunity, it's cheap entertainment. Go out and check them out.
Couldn't agree more. And then you support these guys, support your local schools, and you never know. You really never know who you could be watching. You have no idea, because
You're absolutely right.
In a couple of years, exactly. And it doesn't necessarily have to be St. John Bosco, Mater Dei, Bishop Gorman. You can head on over to even Brownsburg. That's another monster school. But you can head on over to your local high school around the corner that no one even knows their name. And there could be a kid there right now that could be wearing a gold jacket one day.
Then a few weeks ago on the show, Omar Cooper Jr. started Lawrence North High School and first round pick for the Jets. Hardwick back in the day, he was a Lawrence North guy. So, I highly recommend it if you get, have the opportunity. You got, $7 burn a hole in your pocket or whatever. I think it's what it costs here. Go do it.
Agreed. Couldn't agree more. Great stuff there. Teran, anything else for us tonight, buddy? Or today?
Yeah. I mean, basically, I just echo what Mike says. So support your local high schools in terms of football, because the money helps them in terms of like their equipment, travel purposes, and all that sort of thing. And as for the NFL preseason, enjoy your NFL preseason. We're getting ever so close to that first game between the Seahawks and the Patriots in terms of the rematch of the century from the Super Bowl. But yeah, we're also getting closer to college football. We're about a week or so away from actual college football, and soon we'll be getting some FBS action.
Oh, we're excited. And me, I'm ready for this. And as for myself, all I got to say is I got to do my best to keep this thing under 2 hours next week. So there you go. Hey, I got something on my schedule. So, guys, it was amazing. Even if we went over, I don't care. I hope you didn't have to be nowhere. I feel bad. Lucas Oil today, Mike?
Not today. I'll be there for all the home games. Well, maybe not all, but at least the start of the season. We'll see how that shakes out. I typically donate my preseason tickets because and I'm not looking for flowers here or anything like that. But as you know, going to an NFL game is not cheap. It's just not, no matter where you go. I mean, Indy's one of the cheaper ones compared to the other teams in the league. But there's some other friends and family I have that have kid or multiple kids, whatever, and they don't really get a chance to go experience Lucas Oil Stadium. Even if it's a preseason game, just to go there and experience, it's a great stadium to watch a game. Awesome. So I just donate them there and say, here, take and go have fun. So yeah, I'll be there week 1 though.
That's awesome, man. Super excited for that. I know there was a point last year, or was it 2 seasons ago, where Mike sends the picture in our band group, who we would love to have you guys a part if you're watching. Join, man. Have some fun. The conversation, super fun. We'll put that link up in the on our Twitter and our Instagram in a little bit. But oh my gosh, Mike put a picture. Just took a random picture. We're talking like December. Mike takes a picture of the field before the game, and he captions it in our chat. Why am I here? I'll never forget that. He's like, why am I even here? Like I don't even know why I'm here. Like I could be doing something better. Like, but poor Mike. I know.
It's been mediocrity for years here, man. And everybody's pretty much over it, but I'm sure we'll talk more about that as the season gets closer.
Oh, we definitely will. So, Big Mike, Teran Rodriguez, thank you both, gentlemen. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. While we're in it for the rest of your day. For all of you fans out there, thanks again for tuning in. We appreciate you all. We will see you next week. Until then, take care. And always, God bless. Peace.
Peace.
Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. From August to February, this is 3 and Out. On the face of the earth, from JUCO battles to the NAIA grind, leaving all the weakness and the doubt behind. Day 3, day 2, stepping to the plate. FCS warriors sealing up their fate. Turn up the volume, let the speakers explode. IE Sports Radio, carrying the load. From the opening kickoff of August heat to the February cold, where the legends meet. Hear the battle cry call, covering the journey of football. 3 and Out, from the high school to the pros. Every single game, everywhere it goes. FBS power, Sunday lights burning bright. We lock it down, and we own this fight. 3 and Out, 3 and Out. FBS giants colliding in the fall. Power conferences standing tall. NFL Sundays punishing the block. Tick-tock running down the gridiron clock. Players on the journey from the youth to the show. We break down the tape every single week, you know. From the Senior Bowl up to the NFL combine. Every single prospect crossing the line. Playoff brackets locking, championship bound. The loudest network in the sports underground. Hear the battle cry call. Your direct feed for all that is football. 3 and Out, from the high school to the pros. Every single game, everywhere it goes. FBS power, Sunday lights burning bright. We lock it down, and we own this fight. 3 and Out. Bowl season national championships. The draft board, the journey. We cover it all.